So what I was going at, I truly believe that the anime/manga Vampire Knight should have been a BL. Like, you should have just cut out the girl and have the two main male leads get together. But that's just me personally. But
Yeah.
I cannot handle the weird incest plot anymore. Okay.
Ooh. I'm just curious, is there any incest ships out there that people support? Like, it just seems wrong in general, you know?
You would believe. Oh my God! Don't get me started. I've been on the internet long enough to know.
Like,
You don't even want to
I mean, like,
know.
I remember seeing some fan art out there of T'Challa and Killmonger. I'm like, wait, you guys do realize they're cousins, right? Like
No, I've seen
seriously.
people pair up straight up siblings, people who are minors and adults.
Mm-hmm.
It all.
Wow. Yep. Speaking of seeing stuff, I was like rummaging through my old comics, right? Like going back through memory lane, stuff that I don't need anymore. And I was like, and I found like an old issue of Miss Marvel where it was the first appearance of Amulet. And I'm like, oh wow, I completely forgot about that dude. Amulet. Yeah. Witch's response says it all. Does anybody remember Amulet?
Who the fuck is
Audience?
that?
He was like another Pakistani teenage superhero guy who popped up in Solomon Ahmed's Miss Marvel run, and well, yeah, nothing really came of that guy. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It's so
someone's
fun.
happy. Someone's on Twitter. One of my mutuals is happy about the fact that Surge is getting her flowers in 2024.
Ooh, who Surge?
Surge, she's
X-Men.
a mutant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She did not like Dust. Soraya Kadir. She did not like Soraya when they first met.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you're Japanese. Why are you being Islamophobic now?
Mass Effect Andromeda, the best Mass Effect game.
Okay, what about Mass Effect?
Huh?
What about Mass Effect?
That's the best Mass Effect game. Mass Effect Andromeda.
He's a liar. He gave it a C.
I did give it a C. No. I mean, they fixed the game up since launch, so it's pretty good. It's just not as good as the other ones. That's all.
Gotcha. Okay, so ready to start, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, the Comic Fanatic audience. You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. Last week I was eating red strawberries. Today I'm eating blue blueberries. Guess what next week's gonna have? Something white. Yeah, go with the theme, Austin.
If I go to theme, I'll have to look up some white bears. What are white bears?
All right.
Listen, I'm Jake Tylenol, and I just want to tell the audience, can y'all learn to talk to your couples so I don't have to hear the same lesson in every cartoon? That's all I want.
What?
We'll get to it later.
Okay.
Let me take the topic real quick and see if we will. No, we're not. Ace Comics 3685. I just want, if you're gonna do Totally Spy, it's just Charlie's Angels, but good. Just do that, okay? It's gonna be this hard.
Yeah. Yep. I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, and yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Go play Valkyrie Connect, and then hit me up on Twitter about if you want to be homies on Valkyrie Connect. It's a fun game, but wildly inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
And together we form the Fanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week or last week, depending on how we feel in the week. We also have socials, which would be more than happy to share with us.
I would? Just kidding. Right after I do the socials, I gotta close the door to the laundry room because I don't want y'all hearing all the thundering of me washing pillows. Yeah, you can follow us.
That's what we came here
for. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel first and foremost because I said so. 2, You can also follow us on Twitter. That's where you're going to get all the updates on where you can find all of our episodes, so you can watch them. At Comic Phanatic 69. Yes, I was the one who chose the username. I was the one who made the Twitter. Okay. Krypton makes the emails. I make the socials. It's all fine and dandy. If you want to follow me, ya boy, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with the E instead of a U because why not? You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. I do post things on there, and pretty soon on Instagram and TikTok I'll be posting a whole bunch of doodles of some of my OCs. So stay tuned for that. If you want to find Austin, like I said before, it doesn't matter what what is painted on him. He is still a brick wall with bright blue eyes and hot pink blush. Remember that. Unless we make him human, then that's a whole different story for another day. Probably won't happen, but you never know. If you want to find Jake Ibuprofen, good luck because Jake Ibuprofen doesn't exist, but you can find Jake Tylenol somewhere. I don't remember where he is. He has weird interdimensional teleporting powers, and it's hard for me to keep track sometimes.
But when you have a headache, I will be there.
Exactly. Me by the end of the night, so I will be hitting you up about that. And if you want to find Cryptid, he is not in the Impossible City right now because that is being controlled by Blade and the Blood Coven.
Yeah, fuck Blade.
One job
forever.
We just got that city.
Let me go close the door real quick. But that's all the socials.
All right.
Anyway, back to talk about Vampire Night. I can't believe that show ended with a three-way between a sister, a brother, and a stepbrother.
What the?
Yeah, that show ends with her basically marrying both her adopted brother and her stepbrother and having one kid with both when they both loved her instead of choosing one.
What the hell did I miss? I was just going to go close that door, and I feel like
I was telling them about the last pairing of Vampire Night.
Jeez. I thought my Deadpool.
Oh, yeah. Vampire Night.
Okay. I thought I was going to bring up an awkward family tree when it comes to this week's Deadpool discussion, but you guys
Vampire Night is so weird. It is so weird. It came
you guys take the cake.
That Twilight was booming.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I would recommend y'all reading Vampire Kisses instead of Vampire Night, but that's just
do that.
A lot less incest, but Vampire Night, no, it's literally in the manga, she has kids. Like Yuki, the main character, she has kids with both Kaname and Zero. And I was like, girl, you still didn't choose?
No.
Okay. And then, when Zero dies, they bring back Kaname, and they expect her kids to start calling Kaname dad. And I was like, girl, no. Girl, bye. No.
Gotcha.
Anyways, we'll talk about Vampire Night another day. If Cryptid will allow us to have a night where we talk about vampire media, that's all chill and dandy. But for right now, we should probably move on.
Gotcha. And let's start us off with the first topic of the night with Jake. Go ahead, man.
The boys? Okay. The boys will end with season 5. This is more of an Austin topic than mine, but.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the boys end with season 5. The reason this was such a big deal is because the showrunner for the show is the one from Supernatural, Mr. Infamous, was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to end the show at season 5 and then go on for 15 seasons." The boys is not a story you can rest. What was that?
No, you said how many seasons did he promise to make?
He only had a story for the first 5 seasons, but once it reached 5 seasons, he decided to go for 15.
Huh. Okay.
He said 10 more.
And
seasons.
it really dragged out and kind of hurt the story in the long run, even though people still enjoyed it by the end.
Yeah.
The boys. The premise of the boys is basically killing the main superhero. You can't dress this out for 15 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So he started before this confirmation came out. He said, "Oh, I don't know how many seasons go. I don't think we're going to end at 5. I can probably go up to the 8 or 7 or 8." And people were like, "Hell no, we're not watching this for 7 or 8 seasons." We almost put this guy for 3 seasons in a row now.
Yeah, I felt like 3 seasons in, like, man, y'all got to wrap this up soon, bro. I came into the 3rd season.
So the studio themselves came out and said, we're going to wrap this up with season 5. At best, we're just going to do spin-offs of this show. But the main story, home and all this is going to be done. So y'all don't have to worry about that no more. And I was like, okay.
I would say ended while it's at its prime, before we see it drag out.
I mean, I came into the boys late. I already think the story's kind of a little bit stretched where it is right now, where it's like I have a hard time believing this problem hasn't been solved. It really just seems like the good guys are just incompetent at times to just do what they need to do. But we gotta get to where we need to get to. So.
Yeah, almost all good things must come to an end. I mean, hey, when we heard Cobra Kai was ending with one more season, I mean, we're all like, okay, yeah. I mean, as long as it ends on a big good note,
Cobra Kai had the same problem where it was like Danny and Johnny should not have been arguing for that long. It really felt like they were arguing for way too long. So.
And that's an example of seeing like this drama for the sake of continuing the series, even though it's kind of hurting it,
Yeah, but hopefully that's gone forever.
Yep.
So.
But, you guys really think
the 2 spin-offs for the show is going to be Gen V, which already came out, and they want to do one set in Mexico, I think, following like the superhero cartel and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's what I was going to also bring up too. You guys really think the IP is going to end after the season's over? No, of course there's going to be more.
No, we already knew the spin-off stuff, but as long as Homelander isn't a factor, I think people will be okay. That's the main thing. Because we had 2 times to like fully kill this dude, and they decided not to take it. So it's like, come on, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, that kind of seems like we're this show ending might be good for the IP. Yeah, you guys are more bigger boys fans than I am. I haven't seen it yet, so any other thoughts you guys want to bring out?
Yeah, go look up some clips of Soldier Boy. Cryptid support your country.
I think the Mexican cartel series might do better than Gen V, because even after 1 season of Gen V, they already played out the whole school situation, and now none of those characters in school anymore. So it's like, what's the point of calling Gen V? I don't know, man.
Gotcha. Jake, if it makes you feel better, I did see some clips of Soldier Boy. Okay, I see what they're going for. There is some entertainment with him. All right.
That's all I was arguing.
I could do with some more positive depictions of Captain America's IP. That's all I'm asking.
You had the MCU.
Captain America is not Superman, okay?
You had the MCU. I don't know what you're talking about. The mainstream.
No. And then we had Peacemaker. Then we had John Walker. And then we have Soldier Boy. All of which are supposed to be negative depictions of Cap. It can be entertaining, yes, but I don't want to keep seeing this as ongoing trend.
How do you think Superman fans feel right now?
In the same show you had John Walker, you had Sam Wilson. Just saying.
Okay, but then let somebody copy Sam Wilson then. Yeah. I don't see the boys copying him.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm not canceled.
Watch the next Captain America, the next Falcon. There you go. So.
Okay. But alrighty then. I guess with that, we can move on. I guess I'll get this one. Blue Beetle animated series in the works, and audiences just seems like it's going to be continuing off of the story of, or the cliffhanger at the Blue Beetle movie, where it looks like Ted Kord's still alive and this and that, because due to the box office bomb of Blue Beetle, there's no way the studio is going to want to make a sequel for this movie. So this is probably like the best. Yeah, this is probably the best situation you could give for to continue off the story.
I'm surprised there was enough passion behind the scenes to be like, you know what, let's continue the story in an animated setting.
I mean, it might do
I don't
good.
know if there is. We also know there's a lack of DC shows right now. Besides Harley Quinn like that, I think they're trying to make more content that just fits with the new brand.
Exactly. And overall, like Blue Beetle, it was a harmless movie. I mean, it had people seemed to enjoy it for what it was. It was just a stupid decision of the director for putting that whole fascist Batman comment at the end of the trailer that really ended up dooming this film. But hey, there was some promise. People like the portrayal of Sholo giving out to Jaime and Blue Beetle's design. I mean, he looked completely accurate to what he is in the comics. I don't know how much more accurate you get after that. It was
Yeah, that was the most
yeah,
impressive thing I saw at the film.
yeah,
Overall, like
yeah,
that level of quality with that type of suit is incredibly hard to maintain, and they did it pretty well the whole film.
exactly. And plus, from what I was led to believe, like this was originally going to be a TV series anyway. But then they
Yeah,
decided to make a movie. Uh
But if you want to
huh.
see our overall thoughts about Blue Beetle, we have a review on the channel. Just look up Fanatic Fanatic Reviews Blue Beetle.
Yeah, our good buddy
they
Tevye
don't, they
was
don't want
on
to see us
the
glaze some teenage boy. That sounds weird. Okay.
Well, it's funny you said that.
radio.
It's funny you said that because if I remember that episode correctly, we had mixed feelings about it. If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just
Well, you'll find out the perception when you get there. Don't say it isn't encrypted. You'll find out when you get there.
Yeah.
gotcha. Again, if it was like a early 2000 movie, it would be okay. It'll pass.
Yeah.
But again, what else can we say about this? Yeah, I'm sure all the actors are going to want to come back because I don't know what they're doing after this movie. What's
Can
Sholo
I add
doing
a
after
topic
Cobra
with TV
Kai?
news after this?
Sure thing. I mean, like, what's Sholo doing after Cobra Kai ends?
I don't know.
Knowing him, he's probably just gonna jump straight forward to another superhero thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think he has way too
I'm
much passion for superheroes and comics to not do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just saying, like everybody's also fan casting him to play Sam Alexander Nova in the MCU. So yeah.
yeah. By the way, I don't know. I saw a clip of this, but I don't know what show this. Like Robbie Keane's actor, he's in some teenage show.
Yeah.
Where these like I remember seeing a clip of it, and it was like these preppy girls had to be like, man, we need to find someone ugly to turn into a prom king. Like that's our little bet we have going on. And they
What?
Are they doing
and they
that storyline again? That storyline is terrible.
And
yeah, and they chose
and
Robbie's actor, and like
what?
then it because this was edited so like you could get the plot line condensed. But it cuts to Robbie with like they see his shirt off for the first time, and he's still shredded because he's a Cobra Kai actor.
Yeah, I was about to say that, dude. We saw him in the
Dude,
pool in Cobra Kai. He has a body. Like,
dude, that's the same thing Bumblebee tried to do. They had that black dude who was the love interest. They tried to play him off
yeah.
as nerdy. He was bigger than most of the bullies that was there.
I mean, is it like one of those? Is it like one of those cases where you have a 10 below the neck and a 5 above the neck, or?
Well, because like because Robbie, he looks like a good looking dude. Like you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was like it was just hard for them to sell this idea. And all the girls, and as soon as he started wearing like a suit, his hair was slicked back.
It's an ongoing show right now.
I'm not sure if it's ongoing. I don't remember the name of it. I was just scrolling through YouTube shorts, but if I find it,
I just really want to see what he looks like.
How did right now to see what shows he's in.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll show it to you guys. But
how are they supposed to give him a downgraded makeover? I want to see that.
No, he had like a beanie hat on, and he was like kind of slouching around like some like baggy clothes.
Dude, when you say beanie hat, all I'm thinking is a hipster at that point.
Yeah, he looked like a hipster. And I think I saw another clip of the show where he just
I found it. It's called He's All That. It's a 2021 movie. We're probably gonna have to watch this one day.
That's him.
It's a Netflix film.
I just remember it being like so like, what are we doing? I don't know. And all the comments were like that's not an ugly dude though. That's not even a good bet. But
okay. Look, I'm looking at his image right now. What he's supposed to look like as a quote unquote ugly person. Nah, dude. And it's supposed to be in high school. He has facial. He has long hair.
If you look at this, you can see they manipulated his chin with CGI.
Yeah.
His whole bottom, his face, chin and stuff. His face shape and change.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you see the after product? Like the that was the before. Did you see the after for him?
Yeah. I'm seeing some
Yeah, I see it.
promotional images of it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, looks sharp as hell.
Look. Okay. Look.
He
At
looks like he
worst,
belongs in the mafia.
Right.
look. At worst, I would say he looks like a stoner. At worst, when he was supposed to look quote unquote ugly, but nah.
Oh.
I don't see it. He looks like a skater boy. He looks like a skater boy, honestly. Or surfer, whatever.
Yeah. Tanner Buchanan, don't listen to that movie. You look like a handsome dude. Okay, you don't need.
Yeah. Jeez, they're
To
trying
be fair,
to
that's a
pull the
remake
end.
solo, just so they can be like, oh, we won't have to work that hard to make them look that nice.
I guess so.
Gotcha. But anyway, with that, let's move on, guys. Austin, you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I forgot to post this, but that's my bad. I've been kind of busy this week. So we saw the Blade director left, and I just want to ask y'all, what y'all think the problem is with this film? How is this film so hard to make?
Who knows? To be honest with you.
Yo, speak your truth.
Are
they
trying to?
My theory is, I guess they're trying. This is just one crack shop theory, and I know you guys are gonna put it down, but like, hear me out. I think since the original 2 movies, that third one was trash, and you know it.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. Like, they're trying to replicate what made those movies so good, but it's hard to. So I think that's why they're partially struggling. I think another reason is Kevin Feige's getting way too into their ass and not letting them do what they want to do. That's my crack shot theories. I know you guys are gonna.
I will give you. It could be the last one because
that's not a crack shot theory. I don't know why you think we're gonna put it down. We don't know what's happening.
The last part of your theory with Kevin Feige, I could see that because the fact that we know with Ant-Man, the original director for Ant-Man, like he didn't get to stay out because he didn't feel he could express his vision basically because it had to be in line with what they wanted. So that's very much possible.
Like that's why I think that like things like Werewolf by Night and Eternals worked so well. It's because they got to do what they wanted to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the lady with Eternals actively did not get to do what she wanted to do.
For the most part.
For the most part, but like
she just wanted to
Eternals compared to some of the other movies. Like it's very different for the most part. You know?
She just
stuff in it, but it's still different.
Yeah.
Compared
she
to,
just wanted. Oh, go ahead, Witch.
Sorry, I was already finishing.
Okay. Yeah, she just wanted to blow up the Earth at the end of Eternals. Yeah. Well, yeah. That was nothing, right? That was just a small little cliffhanger.
Well, listen, Kevin Leonard goes as far as that point, and then he was like.
But yeah, in terms of this movie, like another thing I'm thinking of is like I'm seeing this in the same capacity as like what happened with Daredevil, right? They have an IP that has some success in the past. And like they're kind of expecting this Blade project to be a hitter, since we had two good, decent Blade movies in the past.
I don't care. No one says Dracula was pretty cool in Blade 3.
Great,
bro. How more hip can you be?
Dude, that broke Wesley Snipes' spirit, man. Blade 3. We all heard what happened. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking like they're expecting this to be a good quality movie that could bring in bucks, but then they're realizing, okay, maybe we don't have a slammer here. Again, as I said before, they should just make Blade into the Disney Plus series. Have them cross over with like the characters from like Moon Knight to Elsa Bloodstone and that stuff. Hold on a second, let me bring Jake back.
I've seen more proof that I don't know if y'all remember the original like stuff that leaked about them trying to primarily make the film about Blade's daughter stuff. We have seen more proof that probably was true.
Ooh.
Not that would be a terrible choice, but it would be a weird choice as Blade's first movie back under your brand, since Blade's daughter don't have a lot of history at all now.
Yeah, I could kind of see
if they're trying to force that narrative, I can see why it's so hard to make this film. Because there's nothing really there yet. So you have to make something either completely new with her,
Mm-hmm.
or you got to talk with the comic book people and find out like what direction she's going, regardless.
You know damn well they don't want to talk to the comic book people about this.
Exactly, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
I would be worried about that concept because I know like that concept in general might sit ill well with a certain audience about that. Like this is Blade's first movie and it's going to be about his daughter. Yeesh. No.
That was it. For the first movie, it should have just been Blade, and then the second movie probably introduced his daughter, or introduce the end of this movie. Really, I think that'd been fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
you could have Blade 1 be about like this, just a big adventure with just Blade, not like a big as in universe ending, but let's say this took place around the time of like Phase 1, right? And Blade is like doing his last hurrah against like the best vampire there is, right? Sequel, introduce the daughter. The daughter has to work her way up to where Blade was by the end of Blade 1, basically. And that's what the movies are about. You can do something like that. That way Blade gets his shine, but then you can also introduce the next generation, and that could be introduced in and shit, that could take place in phase what are we in? 5? Yeah, phase 5.
I agree with that. My only problem is that like why are they feeling the need to rush the next generation with her? Like she's not gonna be in like Young Avengers, already enough fake members of this team they're trying to make.
Because
so
I read somewhere today, I think they want to do Midnight Suns, and I think they just want.
Of course.
Yeah.
So do that with Blade. That's his team. The girl doesn't know these people.
Feige can handle Midnight Suns.
Yeah, we'll see. We have like
the girl doesn't know these people, bro. You want Moon Knight to be with this teenager?
That's true.
Might as well.
I'm not trusting Ted Kors. Not Ted Kors. What's his name?
What's
Man Thing.
Oh man.
I don't know his name.
Man Thing is Ted something. I'm not trusting the Werewolf by Night and Man Thing with my daughter.
Yeah.
Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Have the teams already here.
Elsa Blood.
Go ahead and do a daughter yet.
Yeah, Elsa Bloodstone by name only. The audience, you know.
Hey, you know, she had a red jacket on. Not something she wears, but it's the
it's just everything they tabooed about Elsa when it came to her depiction. They literally stated, "Okay, we're not gonna make her. How can I put this? Emphasize any. We're not gonna make her emphasize feminine qualities. Okay, quote unquote." They stated we're not going to give her shotguns, which are her trademark.
They said no guns in general on set.
Yep.
No, nobody had a gun.
Yeah, and in the back of my
Alec Bronwyn or whatever the fuck his name was, bullshit. So yeah, I get it.
Yep, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, at least they gave her red hair. Oh, they didn't even give her red hair. Okay, so what the hell was the point of bringing Elsa in at that point? You know, like.
It was using her dad, bro. Which he had to start off the plot by dying.
Again, okay, so basically her last name was the most important thing about her character.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird though, because they're gonna have guns in every other property. So that's gonna throw me off. But yeah, if they want to do Midnight Suns, everybody but Blade is here. Nobody just need to do Blade. The first one should be setting up Blade. I would recommend setting up Blade, doing his film, doing Midnight Suns, and in the that he they find out about Blade's daughter. That leads into Blade 2, where he goes try to track her down, all the other stuff. So you can have them basically a father-daughter road trip type thing.
You know,
lead to her becoming
Marvel ain't gonna do
that. They should. They will get it. It's funny.
Pay you residuals for that idea.
Marvel is so willing to give any male hero a daughter, but they refuse to like get them actual like books together. It throws me off. That's why you ask, just give them a son. That's the only way y'all seem to be willing to write these characters.
For real, like I remember the that one Infinity comic with Wolverine where it was like the whole like the Shink family when they go on a road trip, and luckily Logan has at least 2 daughters, so that works, and 1 son. I'm not counting Jimmy. Shut up.
Yeah, he has 3 kids right now, full on in canon. He has a blonde daughter somewhere that's just alive and not here.
I still have her first appearance too, and nobody remembers her name. Like,
Yeah, because no one cares.
exactly. You know.
Her first and only appearance.
Yeah. You know. But all
But
right
yeah,
then.
that's all I want to talk about, man. The Blade stuff is getting weird, man. The actor himself had to come out and be like, it's been 3 years and we haven't filmed anything. This is like the weirdest project he ever been in.
You see, I think that's also another drawback to this film, because, like, so many reimaginings or so many re-editings of the script. Like, you gotta also remember the actors themselves. They have a life outside of this franchise, and they're going to have to adjust their scheduling for future movies or shows in accordance
Yeah,
with
this
the
man's a little bit of
MCU.
money. Y'all
Yeah,
gotta start filming.
exactly. I mean, I recall what's his name, the actor who played Hank Pym. He's like, yeah, I kind of actually wanted my character to die in Ant-Man 3, So yeah, because I'm pretty much done with the MCU at that point. On to other projects. Hmm.
But that is what it is.
Yep, is what it is.
Anywho's.
Alrighty then. With that, let's move on to the next topic, guys. Which you want to do this one?
Oh, I thought I was. Gonna
Let me look at the topics real quick.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do this one as the fan.
In Jake's theory.
Oh, Jake.
Yeah,
Okay, Jake.
why are you having me do
Jake.
it?
Right.
Okay.
My topic isn't until the comic reviews.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, Cryptid,
No.
are you a blind teenage female Asian?
I know
No.
one. I do know one. It's the girl from Iron Fist.
Oh, let's get her. Because maybe she could be
Wait.
Toph.
Wait,
For
is she
Avatar
blind? Is she vision impaired?
Wait. Oh, yeah, recast. Oh, you did the topics again? Okay, never mind. I see it.
I switched the topic. It's supposed to be number 3. Yeah, but I accidentally messed up.
Bro, what the fuck? Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They put a Toph casting out like for season 2 of Avatar, and these were the 3 check boxes they were looking for. They were looking for a mid to late teenager who's female, who's Asian, and who's blind / vision impaired.
Now, let's be clear. I'm actually reading the casting list right here. They're not saying you have to be those things, but you are encouraged to be those things.
Encouraged. Okay,
they probably really want you to be Asian and a teenager.
Preferably Asian.
Preferably, I think Asian female and teenager is what they absolutely want. But your vision is kind of like, if we can get it, we can get it. You're encouraged to do it. So, but apparently,
I don't think they know how hard it is to actual blind person.
Exactly, and especially since it's somebody who's going to be on the young side. I mean, no matter how audiences felt about the season 1 of Avatar, right? You could think it was the best thing ever and that stuff. We all got to agree, Katara's actress was horrible in that series, in that season 1. So
I'm not going to doubt they can find a blind person to do it. But I do think, I want to say, as long as they give them more time to practice, I don't want them like cast a person to be like jump straight into it.
Yeah,
I think that's going to take time to get you to train to act fully blind, unless they're already been acting while blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know there was this one person they were looking on. Their fans were looking to cast as Toph. It's this one girl who fits those criteria. Well, except for the vision situation. She did a short YouTube video where she was playing Toph. Let me see if I can find that actress's name. Go ahead, keep talking, guys.
Yeah, I've never seen a blind actor before. I've seen people act blind. I've seen Charlie Cox, and you would think he's blind, but
I think there are blind actors.
I know 2 blind actors, so they're all adults. I've never seen a teenage blind actor.
Guys, the person
deaf actress for Echo. Just remember that.
Oh, that's true, but
that's a little bit different. She was an adult, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, but she's been in other. You're right. You're right about that.
I mean, that was the one role she ever had. But I found the actress's name.
She did great in that role, Cryptid. You're just being a hater.
No. Okay, so I found the actress's name, Diana Soy. She made like a short video of her as Toph, and between how she looks, her acting, and her spunkiness. Yeah, a lot of people are petitioning that she be casted as Toph. Yeah, this video is like about 2 years old, but you know what? Go for it. These actors are going to age up with this series, so it will be notable. That was also another
I was about
thing.
to say,
Some
as long as she's younger than Katara and the
it,
oldest one, I think it'll be
uh,
fine.
She has
Austin
to.
is fun. It's funny you should bring that up because some people did have were a little bit upset that in the suggestion categories they were looking for mid to late teenager. So it
I think
would
that's
be
just to
somebody
catch up
that's not
with the
I'm
actors.
fine with that because the Katara and what's his brother name? What's her brother name?
Sokka.
Sokka and
Sokka.
Katana aren't really gonna be like late teenager. She got to be a little bit younger than them, but older than Aang. I think that's fine.
No, she's shorter than Aang. She's supposed to be younger than
She's
Aang.
shorter than Aang, but she's not younger than Aang.
She's not.
12.
No, I'll take it real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
I'll take it real quick.
I thought
Uh,
the bit for Toph was that she was underestimated because she's small, younger, and blind.
Yeah.
Goes 12 years old too, so just remember
Mhm.
yeah, but she's she's actually same age as Aang.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she's supposed to be undervalued in everything based off looks, and that's why she acts the way she does. So I think she's supposed to be around Aang's age.
Mhm.
But they're probably saying mid to late teens because they're probably trying to make sure that by the time they film it or whatever, the Aang's actor is roughly around her age, essentially.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, but then look, they can just be older and look young. It might be an acting thing, be fair
Mhm.
as well.
yeah.
Mhm.
But Toph could
Yeah, I know
play.
back in the day you could have 40-year-old playing 17-year-olds.
Yo, real.
Y'all,
Jesus Christ, don't get me started on that. Luckily, they're actually getting
like,
people who are the ages of the actual fucking character.
Or you get Tom Holland, who just looks like a child.
yeah, for better or
He's
for
get
worse.
well, to
You
be fair, he thinks to get a Charlie too. That's confirmed now.
Okay.
hmm
But,
You also have to get somebody who could pass off as a great martial artist, because that's another thing about Toph. She's not just an earthbender. She's the greatest earthbender next to Boomy, you know?
don't you dunderheads
To be
forget it.
fair, she won't have to have any direct confrontation, like trying to. So because of the way Avatar works, she's just going to be doing martial arts by herself.
Did
Mhm.
you
You know what I
know?
mean? It's not like
Did
a
you guys
straight
know?
fight.
Did you guys know that the reason they did that was because Nickelodeon said they couldn't make a martial arts show where they actually had to like hit each other, and that's why the whole reason why they made up bending, which is that was cool. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, Toph. Another thing, I'm actually kind of glad about the Netflix show, even though the original show did this fine. When I was a kid, only saw the show once as a kid, and in my head, Toph had always been a part of the group. But when I rewatched the show, like I think earlier this year, I realized that Toph doesn't come in until like the back half of season 2.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
She was like that Green Ranger,
That was the best part
She
of it, though, because once she came in, she immediately just felt like she was already there. That's why I thought it worked so well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
But
it's funny enough you should say that, Jay, because I remember a lot of people were like saying, "Well, why couldn't Sokka be an Earthbender?" You know, like, but that wouldn't make any sense. But hey, we got a better character here, Toph.
yeah, and so, but I do like that Toph, because it's the Netflix show, and if they're smart, hopefully Toph will be introduced earlier, so we get more time with her. Because while I do love Toph's time with the team, I did kind of want the idea of her being earlier in season 2. So hopefully we get that. That's the only thing I would want. But
Man,
I
they're
don't
really going to.
also the sake of they already introduced Zula and all that other stuff early, so who knows how much other stuff they're trying to introduce and tackle early before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, and let's also keep in mind, Aang, we're going to have to dedicate a lot of time for Aang to have to catch up with both waterbending and earthbending, because for whatever reason, the studio decided
And his
we're not
relationship
going
with
to have.
Katara.
Yeah, we're not going to have Aang do waterbending in season 1 or get any training. Like, what?
In book one, yeah, well, Aang was Ender in book 1, but it wasn't really like. I don't think they really harped on it till book 2. I think that's around the time when they were just like, no, he has a crush on her. Like that was kind of where they started doubling down. So I think the love angle is fine.
No, I'm talking about waterbending.
I know, I was getting that
Yeah,
too.
mainly waterbending. I'll add that on.
Yeah, waterbending for Aang. If they follow the show, rewatching it, it shouldn't be that hard because Aang's second best element is water. Because he picks up on it quickly because a lot of the things that they do for waterbending he can relate to airbending basically, which is why for a short time he was better at Katara than it. So really all they really need is like an episode because again once Katara teaches him the moves he pretty much has it. Even moves that she was learning he mastered before she learned them basically, like the octopus move, and he mastered and did it better than her when she was introducing it to him. So I'm not rewatching the show. I'm not too worried about that, I should say. Earthbending, though, needs time dedicated to it because that was Aang's hardest element. And the only reason firebending was hard for Aang was because he was scared of fire, but it was something that he actually picked up on very quickly when he first learned it.
I mean, I would be too if it was part of the reason why I almost died. I mean, it was lightning, but still, you know what I mean.
Well, he was scared of fire.
Fair, he also froze to death. So what water? Did he almost die of water too? You would feel like that?
He wasn't scared of it because he almost died. He was scared because when he learned it the first time, Avatar Roku made him learn it early, or encouraged him to learn it early. And when he did, he was immature with it, and he accidentally burned Katara with it. And that's when he realized that fire is dangerous, and that's what he associates fire with.
That's when he realized fire is bad. He took the soul for the first time.
Yeah, because Zhang was telling Aang, like, hey, like, you need to master these elements in order because they all teach you disciplines you carry to the next one. If you jump ahead, you might mess up. And that's what Aang did. Like, he jumped ahead, and then he burned Katara. And so since then, he always hated using fire until he was forced to and learnned the beauty of it, basically. So.
Yep.
He also almost got killed by lightning, so I'm surprised he's not as scared of lightning as he should.
It just never came up for him. They never came up for him though. He was just like,
that's why Aang never bothered learning to shoot lightning. That's as far as it goes. Like.
Also, I just think fire in general is his least favorite. I think it goes like.
I would have my favorites too. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's ever going to be an Avatar that actually learns all of the elements to the sense of like all the side shit too?
I asked that. I was asking that on like Avatar Twitter. I was like, when subbending is invented, are you really a master until you've learned it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Kyoshi isn't a master, but when metal is like if Toph invented metal bending back then, she wouldn't be a master until she learned it, right? That's kind of what I think.
I mean, she did learn it pretty.
Metal bending is too big a deal.
Yeah. But,
oh yeah, wait, what you're saying?
I mean, I was saying that Toph learned it pretty quickly. You can learn it pretty quickly, but mastering it is a whole nother thing. So
Toph made it. That's what made it such a big deal. It wasn't made till Toph did it.
I'm the best earthbender there ever was, and you dunderheads better not forget it.
And ironically, it was thanks to her dad that she learned metal bending. like wow.
Which was why
I guess lightning technically was the first sub thing to be made then, and made by accident.
I always hated how no one in that show had a big reaction to her metal bending like the cast did, but like there, like in the finale when Toph like rolls in metal armor, the firebenders don't go like, "What the fuck?" Like, like what is that? Like,
hey, in the heat of battle, man.
Not getting a big reaction.
It's a heat of battle, man. What are you expecting? Like them drop their jaws, OMG, while she's shooting metal at them.
Never really talked about the blood bending though.
Oh, okay. That's.
What are you gonna say, Austin?
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like how like blood bending, lava bending still doesn't make sense to me. I ain't gonna lie. It shouldn't matter. You're doing the motions of earth bending with fire. You should that shouldn't down work well with me. I don't care.
Apparently, blood bending is possible if you have one firebender and one earthbender having a child together. That's really the requirement.
So before
that's a water bending thing, though.
Before Korra, Avatar Setsu, we saw this in the flashback. He was the first person to like bend lava, from my understanding. And then
they liked him.
Yeah, and then if you the comics, Toph meets the first lava bender, and then Bolin becomes the first main character to lava bend. So,
yeah. Well, keep in mind the Avatar. That's a special exception.
It
like
is.
who has
That's
access. You know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what the Avatar it makes sense, but because they can bend 2 elements,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but no one else supposed to be able to do that. Even like blood bending. You said you just brought it up, but even water benders can only do that really on a full moon or no moon. I don't
It's
remember.
not really a common practice even before it got outlawed, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I truly do believe that there has been at least one bloodbending avatar. I do truly believe that. I don't know which one, but definitely one of them.
Yeah, I feel like the next guy just needs to master everything. I'll be interested to see what that journey be like. To be honest,
if you're asking me, I don't. I mean, I know there's an avatar that hated humans, and so maybe him. I could see because he was a water bending native, so maybe him. But bloodbending's interesting because the full moon is just an amplifier. It doesn't mean like if you were a good enough waterbender, you can still blood bend. It's just that the full moon is the most guaranteed way of doing it, basically.
Yeah, like Hama didn't know. She didn't know what she was doing. She was like, "Oh shit, I could do that."
Yeah,
and it just so happens it had to be under a full moon.
Well,
and the rules are kind of vague. I feel like the rules are kind of vague, like what gets you out of water bending. So like Katara got out of water because Katara was being blood bended, and she broke out of it because she's a stronger water bender, basically, than the blood bender. But in Korra breaks out of blood bending because she air bends. I'm like, huh? It's kind of. I'm like, how does this work? But I don't know.
She's the Avatar.
Too much.
Deal with it.
that's the problem. Like as the series goes on, at least like Aang got out of it from going into the Avatar state.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Well, to be fair, I think when it comes to bloodbending, that exhibits like a dedication of concentration. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which at this moment, there's no known Avatar that bloodbend. There's only 5 people that bloodbend in the series so far.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said,
it's over. No, okay. So Hama, a dude named Hama was the inventor. He made that in the main series.
Okay.
So it didn't exist till him.
Till her, Hama.
To her. So so there's a possibility that either Aang or Korra or an avatar afterwards could probably learn it.
Aang would never bloodbend, and Katara would never teach him. But
True.
I don't think Korra. You need like an avatar that's like on edge. You need like an avatar that's like
this Earthbender coming up better be the GOAT. That's all I'm saying. I need something.
Motherfuckers, some blood bending, lava bending, metal bending, all of it.
Yeah. I need this man to change the game of what Avatar means.
Let him be unhinged like Kyoshi. Do Kyoshi proud.
Or we could reincarnate the Dark Avatar because that's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, Dark Avatar's dead. Dark Avatar's not reincarnating.
Yeah, probably no, not the way.
No, it's not until they say it is.
That's true.
Yes, I thought it was like if you're in the Avatar state and you die, that's it.
That is.
Yeah. But anyway,
until it isn't.
Okay. Anyway, I think we spent way too much time on this topic. We got other topics to go to, so I think we should move on. Jake, go ahead.
All right. Superman has become the most eligible Metropolis's most eligible bachelor, but unbeknownst to him, his long-lost cousin is hunting him across the city in My Adventures with Superman, episode 5.
At a time when he's the most eligible bachelor? Okay.
That was a coincidence, all right? But anyway, so I have some problems, and I alluded to them in my introduction. I'm getting sick of cartoons, especially DC ones, where it's like you spend a whole season or two getting a couple together, and all of a sudden when they're together, they magically can't communicate anymore. And that is my problem with Clark and Lois. Despite the fact that in the first season, you know, they had each other's backs and they could talk whenever they were like really going through something. In this season, all of a sudden, like every episode is like, Lois, I need to talk to you about something that's bothering me. Oh, something came up. We can't talk now. And it's just this back and forth between them the whole time. And it all comes into a head in this episode. where even at the start of the episode, Lois and Clark like, we have to talk. We have to talk about something, but we're getting interrupted because we have the plot happening. and you guys are gonna love this. So the plot, keep in mind, Superman and Clark and Lois are already having problems in their relationship. So the plot is such that Perry needs Lois and Clark to cover a bachelor event for Metropolis's most eligible bachelors. Superman has been invited, although they don't know how to invite him because, who does?
Yeah.
But he's been invited, and this is to raise money for charity, okay? But this also means, because Kat Grant gets involved, and she wants to cover the story because she loves this type of stuff. And she wants to see if she can figure out who Superman is based off his love interest, okay? So Lois has to give Superman permission to basically go full ham and pretend like he's single and mingle with these ladies and these other bachelors, basically. Which, as you could probably guess, will further exacerbate the relationship when Superman does exactly what Lois tells him to do, basically. And it's basically like what I don't like about this plot line is like it's kind of funny, but like the plot is being written in a way that makes Clark and Lois's relationship strained, rather than the natural hurdles of their lives straining them, essentially. And
dude,
I
it only
took
them.
Yeah.
Dude, it only took 60 years for DC to say, let's get these two married. You could wait, Jake.
And it also took them that long to have them have kinky sex. So
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think
it wasn't on panel. We don't count it, okay? Until I see the pegging myself, it doesn't count.
It doesn't. But
Austin, fan fiction exists for a reason.
It's true. But that's my biggest issue. Also, Lois's character bothers me, and it's only because her name is Lois Lane. Because at some point she kind of becomes this I wouldn't say a crying mess, but she starts getting overly jealous. But when I think of Lois getting jealous, I think of it in like a hold your head high, take it like a champ, but you're really feeling it inside, like a professionalism.
She's usually a woman who usually to get back into it in a different way. Like, oh, he's doing that, I guess I'll go date Bruce Wayne or something like that.
Yeah.
Type female.
But Lois sees Superman talk to what's her name? Silver something? I forgot her name.
Silverman?
Not Silverman.
Not Silverman. Silver Fox. Silver Fox something.
Silver Fox? I could look it up. But it was Silver something.
The girl named Silver used to be Batman's girlfriend. That's all. That's why I remember. I thought her name was Silver Fox.
Yeah, it was something like that. I'd have to look into it. But it was something. Okay. Look up episode 5 if you want to see. It's look up the clip and they'll say her name in the clip.
Oh yeah. No, Batman's girlfriend, Silver St. Cloud.
Yeah, that's it. Silver St. Cloud. Yeah. So Silver St. Cloud and Superman are hitting it off because that's what Lois told him to do. And to Clark's credit, when he's asked about what's his type, he pretty much is Lois out saying Lois to the point where he has to divert his words to sound like it's somebody else. But he's he's a bad liar at this stuff. But Lois knows who he's talking about, but she still takes it personally, which is fine. That's real relationship stuff. But then
no, it's not. If you tell me to do something, get mad that I do it. I was always asking my type. I say you. You should not be mad.
Well, she's not mad at him. That's the only thing that saves it for me. She's not mad at him. She's feeling inferior, basically, because she's watching Superman with someone she perceives as better than her, which I could see a real person feeling. But I just don't like how she reacts by running out of the room holding back tears. I'm like, that's not Lois. All right, that's what we're gonna get a bit flattering.
Oh my God, he's doing what I said. I can't believe she's told me now.
Yeah, but she's not mad at Clark. They have this whole, even when they have their big arguments, it's not about her being mad at Clark. It's about her just being frustrated with the relationship. So it's not I'm not terribly mad at her. I just don't think this is Lois Lane. I think they called her something else. This could have been Lana Lane. For all I care, I was living fine.
Yeah.
But then there's the Supergirl plot, which I like, but also have a caveat to it. My Adventures with Superman is a perfect example of what I like to call Twitter writing, which can be interesting, but my problem with it is like Supergirl is written in a way where like if you thought of the most Twitter version of Supergirl, that's pretty much it. Where she's like she's an alien from space. She comes down. She doesn't understand things. Jimmy has to show her ice cream. She eats the ice cream, and she has the exact reaction you'd imagine. She's like, "Oh, I never had ice cream."
That's a good one, by the way.
If I can remember, I think
yeah, they stole that from the One More animated film.
Yep.
Then,
I can remember, like, I think either the writer or the artist on the comic that I'm reading, I heard Skull Crusher. I think one of them, I think it's the writer, actually is one of the people on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has a triple mint chocolate sundae or something, and then she just loves it. And then
it doesn't help that the show's so anime based that everybody looks like a different character.
Yes,
like very inspired by different anime characters. That some people can't get past it for Supergirl when they see Android.
I got past it because she doesn't act anything like Android 18, so it's just a weird choice. But so I see her as a different character. But yeah, I get people looking at her and be like, "That's Android 18," or whatever. But yeah, then they have the scene where she's eating a hot dog, but she doesn't know how to eat Earth food, so she tries to eat the hot dog on the actual like hot dog container thing, like little packages they give you.
That's crazy as hell because we know Kryptonians eat food that's almost human anyway.
Well, we'll get to that in a second because she wasn't raised by no Kryptonian from what the show was implying.
Oh, they're doing that origin in their mind.
Yeah. So she's like, but it's like these things that you would see in like a fandom project about Superman, basically. Which it's entertaining, but it's hard for me to recommend because if I want people to understand who Kara Zor-El is, I wouldn't use this version, basically.
Right.
As much as I'm entertained by it. And her relationship with Jimmy is cute. Again, it's Twitter written, but it's cute.
Yeah, that's
I like seeing.
Hey, think about it, Jake. It could have been written by people on Tumblr.
Yeah, So yeah.
Well, I think have her show up and really start, potentially a relationship with the first guy she meets a little bit too on the nose, especially not really Supergirl like.
Yeah. Because I can't think of anything that no, they do a scene where they establish that they do have similar interest in the world, like the way like what Jimmy loves about his job is what Supergirl wants to do with her life, and that's kind of how they bond. Because at first she's kind of like about him, and she's like he's a cool guy, and then like when they actually talk, that's when she starts having a crush on him. So, but business gets to business at the end of the episode when Lois and Clark have their argument as Superman, which I found funny because Kara goes up to Clark because Lois runs out the door. Kara sees Superman. She goes to Superman. Superman sees this stranger, and Kara's like, "Hi, I've been looking all over for you." And she's like, "Move out of the way. I have to talk to my girlfriend." Thinks flies past her, and Kara's like, "You bitch." So basically, when Lois and Clark are having their little spat, and I hate this dialogue so much because it's just Clark not following up with what Lois is saying. And Lois, because Lois is saying like, "Clark, I don't feel like I belong with you because you're Superman and there's better girls than me." And Clark's like, "Lois, are you breaking up with me?" Like instead of affirming to her that she's wrong and stupid. And so Supergirl comes in. Supergirl's like, "Hey, listen, Clark, listen, Kal-El, I snuck my way over here answering your beacon. And I come here to see you being like a bachelor, like an entertainment guy. Like, fuck that. Fuck this planet. You should have ruled this planet years ago. So we're going to do it together, or I'm going to take you to my father."
Wait. So, no, wait. They're just pulling rabbits?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You should have done this years ago.
Wow.
And so Clark's essentially like, "Oh, wait, you're my cousin? Wait, what are you talking about?" And then, Superman's not going to betray the people, so he gets his ass beat. Because Kara knows how to fight, and Clark doesn't.
Superman doesn't know how to fight after already fighting evil Kryptonians?
Well, In this universe, no, I don't think he did. I don't think he actually fought an evil Kryptonian. I think he fought mechs and he's fought Deathstroke and all that. I don't think he's actually fought an evil Kryptonian before, unless I'm forgetting.
He didn't fight an evil Kryptonian season 1?
I could be forgetting. I just don't remember. You can look it up. If it happened, it was in the finale. So you can look up that and double check me. But I don't think he's actually fought like a Kryptonian before. But yeah, so he's getting his ass beat. And Supergirl takes him away as if there was no Goku to save him. So he gets taken away, and that's how the episode ends. And like I said, I was entertained by it, but it comes down to the point where it's like, can I recommend this to like a Superman fan? Like if you watch the show and went to any other Superman media, this is not really indicative of what Superman is, basically.
Yeah, this feels too inspired by Invincible anime, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I said, I like it. I'm entertained by it. And I can defend it, but I can't defend it in the sense of like, if you're a Superman fan, watch this. Basically.
Oh yeah, you can't wait for James Gunn's Superman to watch this stuff. Hell no.
Right. Also, Superman has another power, by the way. Added a new one this episode. He gained one last episode, and I think the episode before, and he has a new one. He can shoot blizzard beams out of his mouth. Don't know where I came from, but he can do it. So,
that's just them making an anime version of his freeze breath.
I guess that's true. I never thought of it like that, but yeah, that's true. It's strong enough to perfectly clash with Kara's heat vision. So, but yeah, My Adventures with Superman, like I said, solid show. It's just hitting cliches I don't like. I'll end it with this. There are other things to talk about in relationships than communication. It was just done already in Harley Quinn. And even that show had a better framework than this show to do that. You could talk about how they're differing worldviews, like how Superman's optimism, how does Clark's optimism clash with Lois as she's becoming a better investigative journalist and she's seeing more worse things in the world? You know what I mean? Like you could do stuff like that because, in real life, couples have different beliefs. How do they handle it? So, like I said, there's just other things to tackle. But yeah, like I said, watch the show for entertainment, but that's it.
Gotcha. All right then. Think we should move on, guys. So we're done with the media news. Now on to the comic news. Austin, you want to do this one?
Oh yeah, Ultimate Sinister 6 revealed. This was a pretty cool revealing to be honest, because we get Black Cat's father for the first time. Since Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yep.
And he's a member of Sinister 6. He's still the current mainstream Black Cat right now. So I liked it, but a lot of people were like, "Bro, did that be like did that be Felicia's a teenager?" And I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
How old is
Felicia's not an adult like everyone else because her father's still a Black Cat. It's gonna be weird.
Hey, so this is just showing that her father just stayed with the mantle and Felicia didn't.
Yeah, but because how is that?
No, I believe so. I'm just saying, people are like,
is this not Ultimate Universe, but like different, like the original one, but different? Is that
No.
This is a different thing.
Yeah, it's more like the Ultimate Universe was just them them making major changes to everything.
Because I'm gonna fuck everything over. So basically, 616 was supposed to be a carbon copy of 616, but she can't make her from 1610, who is an evil Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a copy of the 616.
It was supposed to be.
It was a copy, yeah.
So how is Black Cat where did the change start? Like how is Black Cat younger if that's the case?
We don't know if she is. I'm saying people are scared that she is.
Oh, okay.
No, okay.
All we know right now is that her father is still Black Cat, which in the main series he died a long time ago.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just interesting. It was the first time we're getting content with him since Spectacular Spider-Man, really.
He's actually fucking alive.
You know what, Austin? Yeah. When I saw that image, the first thing that popped up to my mind, I was looking at that mustache he had, and I was thinking, is that J. Jonah Jameson? Because
No,
of that
that'd be
mustache.
terrible. I hate you. I hate you.
Jameson, you will be a damn hypocrite if you wear a mask. Like,
do you think they do the Spectacular Spider-Man thing where like he shoots Uncle Ben and then, then he's like, I gotta go to jail?
No, Aunt May dying. Killing Uncle Ben this early is just gonna piss people off.
Yeah. Okay, but aside from him, we also got Kingpin, Mysterio, Austin's boy Craven, Mr. Negative.
That's not my boy. That's some random guy.
Oh, no, that's Craven.
That dude name is Craven. His name is Ivan Dragunov or something.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still the man, the placeholder for him anyway. So, then we have Mole Man. Huh? That came out of nowhere. Mole Man. Like,
No, I thought it was fine because realistically, that would be the only other person he'll fight other than Fantastic Four if they're not here.
yeah. I'm like, what the hell did the maker do to him? Unless the maker's like, yeah, let's just let him keep living his life down there. Like,
well, to be fair, from what we know, the Morloids are seen to be scattered across New York. Some are living in basements and stuff of people. So it seems like I believe Mole Man probably just got his power from Iron Man. I don't think he had a chance to bring everyone together yet.
Okay. Let's see.
But everyone is hyping up and loving the Mysterio design, by the way. It's still Mysterio, but he has more of a scarecrow like look with his outfits, where like the hands and stuff. It look like he got claws and things like that. Like this Mysterio look like he can fight in real time.
Ooh. Yep. Yeah, the designs do look cool. And Mr. Negative looks like a dang samurai in this.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this picture, I was like, bro, this isn't the Sinister Six. This is the Gentlemen, bro. This is the League of Gentlemen.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The League of Sinister Gentlemen, bro.
The Sinister Gentlemen. Yeah.
The most gentlemanly of criminals.
I'm glad they're doing something different with the Sinister Six in this universe where things don't line up exactly. But is it too soon for this Spider-Man to face the Sinister Six? Because he can barely fight Shocker. I mean, he could beat Shocker. He just keeps getting tricked. But I don't know.
I think that's the point, though. I don't think he's going to win. I think it's more to like unite him and Harry full on to bait that situation more than Spider-Man overcoming this group by himself.
Yeah.
So, like, do we have any story behind them? Like what? Like their deal?
Not really.
Well, to be fair, this isn't until like 3 more issues, so we don't know a lot about anybody but Kingpin right now.
Look, I don't think unless a Spider-Man gets like a huge buff in 3 issues and he's doing a lot, I really think this team has already been a thing, and they just don't come together unless they really need it. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's implying that Kingpin is about to bring them together now because Green Goblin keeps almost killing him and blowing up his stuff.
Okay.
So realistically, they're not here for Peter. They're probably most likely here for Harry.
Okay. You think Harry's gonna die and pass the mantle to Peter? Someone's gonna die.
I don't think Harry's gonna die yet, but I do think this is gonna be Peter's first real beating. That he realized that he might be like, you know what, maybe I do need to hang this up, or maybe I do, or it's gonna come back to Harry's conversation of like, you need to tell your wife everything, because you never know what day is gonna be your last day.
Right. Well, that's okay. That's why I tell my young daughter everything.
Nick, you don't, daughter. Don't lie to us.
Gotcha.
But yeah, other than like a lot of people don't like Kingpin being in the group only because usually he's the head of it, but he's just a fat guy to people, despite being able to fight and stuff, pretty well. Mole Man's more surprising because other than what Giganto, I don't know what he'll do. Like I know Peter's not gonna like start piecing up the Moloid, but if you don't have a Giganto already, he's not really a threat in this situation.
Well, you don't think Peter could fight off an elderly old Mole Man? He looks old as dirt here. Like,
no, I'm saying he can, but that's why I don't know why Mole Man's here. Unless he can summon the giant mole creature, Giganto. I don't know why he'll be on the stand. But Stereo has the potential to be very messed up. As I said, based on his outfit, he looks more like a Scarecrow type situation where he's trying to freak you out and mess with you more mentally than just like confuse you or show you some illusion just to fuck you for a little bit.
Just make full on Pennywise out of Mysterio. There you go.
Yeah, something. But it's a pretty decent team. All the concept art looks great, by the way.
If Harry dies, I know the room who's actually read the book is saying that they don't think Harry will die. But let's say Harry does. I'm thinking of like obscure reference, a Mega Man ZX moment where like Harry dies, which inspires Spider-Man to keep going. But this scene was introduced like all the villains he will be facing for the next couple of volumes individually, basically. Because in that game, there's a scene like that where Mega Man sees his mentor die, and but at the hands of a group of villains, and then he individually takes them down before fighting the big bad, essentially. So maybe that's something they can do.
What I mean is, I don't think he's gonna die. I agree he's gonna die soon. I don't think it's gonna be. And I don't believe it's gonna be this situation. It's simply because him and Peter don't really have a bond. Like they just met an issue ago, and they had like one dinner together. They're not really friends either.
Okay.
So I don't know how hard you can really sell he died, and now Peter's super motivated. Like, Peter doesn't really like this guy at all.
Oh, he doesn't even like him? He doesn't even like him?
He likes Harry, and he believes Harry's doing a good job, but him and Harry's kind of an asshole.
Oh.
And Peter doesn't seem to be actual friends with this guy yet, like full on.
Okay.
So unless they start doing that in the next 3 issues, then I don't know. He could probably cut that. Right now, it seems unlikely. It's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Okay. Gotcha. But anyway, I guess with that, any final thoughts before we move on?
No.
Where's Real Crazy, bro? Who the hell is this guy?
Who?
That's his cousin. Yeah, there you go.
This
Austin.
guy named Ivan Dragunov, and he's addicted to the serum that made Kraven strong. You know, the voodoo stuff drink he made.
Yeah.
Apparently it's added to it, and it's like, okay, who are you? Why are you here?
He just want to be.
I doubt to make him on his way to kill Kraven of all people.
He wants to be in the family business, man. Come on. He's the cousin, the unwanted cousin. There you go.
I'm about to say they make him the brother, or like he like say this like this version the universe version of Chameleon or something. I'll take that.
I don't know why that name sounds so familiar for something. I'll look it up right now.
Isn't that the name of
that's about it.
Isn't that the name of Rocky's opponent from Rocky 4? Dragunov?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I know it's Ivan. I think they would.
Ivan.
It might be Dragunov, because his nickname's the Dragon or something, right? Yeah, probably.
Gotcha.
Here, let me go look it up. Let me pause my game.
Gotcha. But anyway, guys,
the guy?
Rocky 4, the Russian.
No, the other guy.
Ivan Dragunov.
Thank you, Connor. Any comments? It's Kara.
Kara, hey, what's going on?
I got it right.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Both that guys, I think we should move on. Okay. Well, you guys do that. I think we should move on to the next topic, guys. All right. I got this one. Gerry Dugans Iron Man series coming to an end. I don't think anybody should be surprised since that series was so heavily tied to what was going on with X-Men and the end of Krakoa. So it kind of makes sense that now that Krakoa is gone, where do you go with Iron Man, you know?
The real question is the question Jake had for us last week. Is Tony going to stay married or not?
Oh, heck nah. You think another writer's going to want to continue off of that?
That's what I said last week. That's the big problem with Marvel, that they don't make writers commit to like the former writer stuff. If you join a book, you don't have to follow up anything. It does not matter what's going on. It can be a whole mystery plot, and you can just be like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
You know, that this is one of those situations where it's a toy in a toy box. Where like the best you could get is if the next writer is going to acknowledge that happened. But if they want to build off of it, they could, but they don't. It's not going to happen. I mean, that's just one of
Do
the
we know
issues
who
of
the next
having.
writer is?
We don't know, so I don't think anybody in Marvel would be a good fit to say like, oh, I need this writer to be on Iron Man because they get Iron Man so perfectly. The only person I
Yeah.
could think of is Jake's favorite writer, Ryan North, because why not? You saw what he could do with Reed Richards. Let's see what he could do with Iron Man. Jake?
You can make me hate Reed Richards. Is that what we're getting at? Is that
make you hate Tony? How can you hate a billionaire, man? No,
I don't
you'll
know.
write.
No, I have a reason
People
to hate
hate
Bill.
billionaires all the time. That's pretty easy.
Listen, people hate billionaires just for reading. Well, Kara says, "Welcome to Marvel Comics, where everything's made up, and the plots don't matter." Apologies to it is anyway.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
is
much
true.
it. The editor did not care.
Yeah. Does anybody have suggestions?
No, I don't care enough about Iron Man to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I like see Jonathan. Not Jonathan Hickman. I like to see Chris Zdarsky take it on. Yeah, because I can't remember him specifically writing Iron Man. So I
You
like to see
can't
what
put
his
Chip
take on Iron Man
Zdarsky.
would be.
Yeah, you can't put Chip Zdarsky on everything. Like,
Well, to be fair, I think he's only doing one other book right now. That's the only reason I is it. Yeah, what is he doing right now?
I think is he still on Batman? I
Fuck
Well, there
forgot.
you go. Put him on this
That's-
book. They don't got nothing from Marvel right now that I can remember.
Okay, so you wanted to jump from one billionaire playboy to another billionaire playboy from the other team?
Yeah, I want to see what his Iron Man would be like. I want to see what Iron Man armor he gives him.
Okay. Give him an armor made of pure diamonds, audience. Won't that piss anybody off?
Here's the thing. Tony made Emma Frost a suit, like an Iron Man suit, but he did add a very important aspect, made sure that her titties were out.
Do you expect any less from Tony? Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't expect anything less from Emma Frost.
Yep. There
Yeah, to
you
be
go.
fair, knowing her, she probably asked for it. I ain't gonna lie.
Probably did, and honestly, we love her for it.
Yeah.
She don't really have a
There
lot of shame because of her history. When it comes to that stuff.
you go. Yeah, good for
But
her. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's going to take that armor in the separation hearing. So
It was a political marriage, and you fucking know it.
yeah, that
yeah, they
Gerry
didn't go to
Duggan
like
based.
each other though.
Yeah, that Gerry Duggan based on his parents' marriage, apparently. Yeah, audience.
He wrote about his parents having sex. This guy is weird.
No, his parents were together for situational reasons, so he decided to have it be for Iron Man and Emma Frost. Yep.
And then he wrote
Yeah.
the section.
Oh.
It could have been way worse.
Okay, it's a loss for us. It's a loss for our minds, but it's a win for Tony's game.
With what Jake said last week, people don't remember. He wanted the merits to stay on. I know a lot of Iron Man readers don't really care about the merits because like people don't think it's gonna stick, and a lot of people don't like Tony with the mutant situation.
Yeah.
Because this is probably Tony's first time really being involved, so it felt weird for a lot of long time readers.
I mean, audience, if they weren't going to allow T'Challa and Storm be together, what was the hope of getting Tony and Emma to stick together? Like.
I would understand. I think Tony having a wife really centers him.
Mm-hmm.
I know it takes away the Playboy aspect, but the Playboy aspect hasn't really been like important to him in like 10 years. If you want to be real about it, they always give him like one random girlfriend per run. Like he had Wasp during the Dan Slott book. Before that, they were still trying to push him and Pepper.
Yeah.
And then after that, he also had a different girlfriend in the book before this, I believe.
I forgot her name. She ended up becoming a villain in Dance
Yeah,
Lock's run. An AI villain, audience.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they still try to like
Uh,
tie him down with women every book, a different woman, but he's not like playing the field every book anymore.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of interested
Carol.
in what armor you'll do for Tony now, because now you make the Mysterium, but it's hard to adamantium and vibranium. They're not a lot of, they're not more up you can go. That's what you be able to handle like most things in this universe now.
That's what the next
Probably
writer's
change
going
the
to
design
tackle.
up. You can't really change the material.
Yeah.
Why? What's up?
Bring back the roller skates on Iron Man's armor. That happened once.
Yeah, fuse it with the prime suit so you have the roller skate, the samurai sword, all that stuff.
Yep. Kara is
The
saying,
prime suit is the suit that would care for anything. To the point this man can have random sword fights to breaking off in little pieces that go on people's bodies. That suit was weird.
Gotcha. Oh, I want to read Kara's messages. Based on his own parents' marriage, side eye,
Oh
and
yeah,
no
Patsy
one could.
Walker. That's what it was.
Yeah, no one could be worse for Tony than Patsy Walker and Emma Frost. Well, I'll take I'll take
Emma
Emma
Frost has
over
been pretty
Patsy
good
over
for
too.
Tony though. I'm not gonna lie.
Emma's great.
Yeah.
Keeping
My girl,
him
Emma's gonna get
controlled.
beat.
I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna say.
When you saw her in her wedding dress in that variant cover, I mean, come on. Is it really a loss
Even
for
though
Tony?
the reality of that whole wedding was low-key bullshit, and you fucking know it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But still,
yeah.
it gave a really good selling variant cover. Yeah.
The old
Good
Cap
luck finding.
writer was disappointed because he was setting up. You remember Cap and Emma from
Oh
the
no
whole mommy
no
stuff?
no
They're just like
no!
we all
I
know
don't
who's the
want
That
real
this.
was
Avenger
funny.
to marry Emma
That
Frost.
was hilarious.
I
She was
don't.
like, he thinks I look like her mom.
He said, "You know the real
uh,
Avenger who should have married Emma Frost. You know
I,
who it was."
I still have too much issues, but with that tying to the Lansing and Kelly era of Captain America, so no, no, do not push Emma and Cap, Marvel. Come on.
No, we can't deal with the
No,
mommy
not
treatment.
now. You better now. I don't want Cat to get Tony sloppy seconds. That's weird.
Yeah, there you go. And Scott's sloppy seconds too. I mean, come on, no.
Wait, Emma
Bro,
liking strong
the
leaders type
White
was a
Queen,
whole theme of Iron Man.
Emma Grace Frost, someone's sloppy seconds. How fucking dare you?
She was. That literally what
Emma
if
goes.
she goes from one Avenger to immediately the other leader Avenger, that is
I'm
sloppy
not
seconds.
going to allow you guys to claim that she is sloppy seconds. How fucking dare you guys? You guys better
In this
apologize, sir.
situation, she would be. No,
Yes.
if she goes from Iron Man to Cap, that's not good. Okay, going from Scott to Iron Man is okay, but Iron Man to Cap is not good.
Because Scott's a hot fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, Cap was more consistent with her type. We knew that she liked strong leader type before Iron Man. Because she dated Scott, she liked Namor, and she liked Cap until she found out, the mom situation.
Yep.
Like Namor has power and money, and they were all and both Emma and Namor were in the Phoenix Force 5, so anything's possible.
And Namor has a thing for blondes apparently. So.
But not no. That was only Sue Storm, okay, bitch. He has had many.
No. He
blonde.
did. No. He confirmed that he did just have a thing for blondes. He did say that.
Still,
He said that in the issue where he met Hope, and she hit on him. He said, redheads, the fuck? No, I like blondes. That was like a whole thing.
Lovers, he has never been with a redhead, only I think brunettes and like a blonde or two.
Okay.
But still, you better apologize to my girl Emma Grace Frost. How dare you?
Okay,
Kara, if the writer make her do that, they have to apologize to you. Because that's almost like keeping a family ass woman. That's gross. Don't keep it in the family. You don't date family members of someone you never dated. That's gross.
Royalty, what can you say? Kara said, "You're invited to the marriage of Tony Stark and Emma." Oh wait, is that Miss Marvel? Isn't she dead? Yeah, that was a thing. They spoiled her resurrection already with that
To be fair,
cover.
everyone already knew she was coming back. She died in a random side book. She didn't die in her own book.
Gotcha. She was the most relevant she's been in years when it was announced she died. Yeah, audience. Let that sink in. But anyway, we still got our topics to go to, so I think we should move on. Um, I'll get through this next one. Cullen Bunn returns to Deadpool for a Venom War tie-in, and I
That's not
completely
what this
forgot we
says.
were
It says
getting.
Colin Bunn returns to dead. How he died?
Nah, no, Jake fixed that. Yeah, he didn't have enough words for that text. So
That
yeah,
title's better.
okay. So yeah, why is this important, audience? Well, Cullen Bunn, he has his place in Deadpool history. I mean, he wrote the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe story, which is one of the stories that Deadpool's best known for. And hey, I
That's a
have it.
story they
I
won't
have that
leave
issue.
alone, bro. They won't let this man live.
Seriously, if they want to see that story adapted into the movies, have it be Deadpool kills the Fox universe. People will be cheering,
Yeah.
But yeah, it is one of the more better mainstream Deadpool story arcs that the general public knows. So it is a big deal to see Cullen Bunn come back to Deadpool. I wouldn't. I wasn't really happy to hear it was going to be for a Venom tie-in, but then I figured, oh wait, yeah, Cullen Bunn. He's also the guy that made that whole retcon to Venom's history about Deadpool being in Secret Wars and being the
Yeah,
one
people
that
hated that.
corrupted the city.
And then it only got
So
worse. The Venom story only got worse. They're like, oh yeah, he was also here for World War II and the Weapon X program and like
yeah,
9 other things before, before
hey,
Spider-Man.
blame Donny Cates for that. But yeah, it's so funny you should bring. We're talking about that because in an editor's note, when it came to Absolute Carnage's event, an editor's note say, okay, yeah, that whole thing about Deadpool and Secret Wars with this Venom symbiote, yeah, it's not, it didn't happen. It's retconned. We're not touching on that again. So yeah.
The funny
Yeah,
enough,
I'm definitely gonna.
they did touch on it halfway because they had Carnage fight Deadpool when he had all the symbiotes on his body.
Oh
I think he
well,
brought it
they
up.
that was a separate situation. Deadpool was fused with Hybrid, which is an amalgamation of like four other symbiotes. You
Yeah, no,
know?
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This was a battle between Deadpool and Carnage, where Carnage severed all of Deadpool's limbs, and four of those hybrid symbiotes fused into Deadpool to become his new limbs. Great concept. And Carnage, come on, don't hold a grudge. I mean, just because Deadpool stuck a pineapple grenade in your mouth that he's been saving in his you know what's, I mean, come on, get over it, dude. Ain't the worst thing you had in your mouth. I'm betting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think we have any further thoughts. We can move on if you guys want.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Let me just get a sip of
Yeah, we're
my
going to read a book,
homemade grape
sir.
tea.
We got several books, man. I didn't
Gotcha.
talk about DC Pride again this week because of how many books we had.
Gotcha. We'll
Probably
save
for
it
the
for next
better.
week.
There's a lot of fucking DC shit coming out this year.
Gotcha. But anyway, okay. We're on to the comic reviews, audience. And what better way to start us off with Deadpool #3. Now, which are you still buying this?
I was never buying this in the first place.
You tell me it was still in your comic box.
It was not in my comic
Yeah.
box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but we told
But
you, unless Valentine is mentioned, the witch is not going to buy it.
what about Princess Witch? Come on.
I love Princess, but I also want Valentine.
We have some great princess moments in here, but I'll tell you
Okay, then
about them
I'll
as
read it
well.
online. I don't need to buy it in person. Wasting more
No,
money on my freaking $40 to $70 pulls every week.
no, gotcha.
It racks up.
Gotcha. But anyway,
and at least 2 boxes already, a shit ton.
gotcha. But anyway, as this book is starting, we pick up with this one temple that Death Grip, the guy who's basically in the groups that are basically. What was that, Austin?
No,
Death Grip. Yeah.
the death grip made me laugh.
Yeah. Deadpool already made a joke about that, So they're a cult that's like basically think Doctor Strange meets Iron Fist. They are crazy insane about the concept of death. So when the main guy, Death Grip, comes into contact with Deadpool, he's like, this will be a great way to test my powers. So he ends up going to a temple and finding this one guy who's named Solemn. If I guess if you're deep into Wolverine stuff, so you'll better know who this character is. Regardless, they have their confrontation, and Solemn gives Death Grip their Maramasa blade. Why is that important, audience? Because the Maramasa blade is a metal that can actually stop a healing factor. So yeah. So imagine what he's going to do with it. Now, picking up back to Deadpool, remember, Deadpool is in the convention with Taskmaster and his assistant who are trying to advertise their business at a convention for influencers. And wouldn't you know it, Crossbones just happened to be coming in and invading the area. He's giving them all hell. I'm going to make this battle real short. Um, uh, right in the midst of the battle, that's when Ellie pops up. Remember, Ellie was able to hack the cell phone that Deadpool gave her, as well as re-engineering her stepmom's LMD hand. So now, not only could she backtrace Deadpool, but apparently she turned that into a teleporter.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How old is this child?
Let's see. I would think about like 13, because it did state that she is developing her mutant powers. But no, it's okay. They
smart for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, me and Austin brought that
they
up.
don't have super smarts either. They're just apparently the standard intelligence of the 13-year-old now.
Yeah, but they did kind of touch on that later on in this book, but I'll get to it when I get to it.
In reality, what would her mutant ability be?
Well, we're going. Oh, she is a mutant. Her powers are developing, but I'll get to it when we get to that. She pops up. She's able to punch Crossbones with the metal fist she has. Long story short, they teleport Crossbones to another section of the world. Deadpool's like, he's like a little bit angry, like, why did you come here? I don't want to see you get hurt. And that's when Ellie shows, like, she got cut in her arm, but it healed. She has a healing factor. And just in time for Deadpool to pass out and Princess coming in. Oh, man. Oh, he passes out all the time. Hey, why do you smell like Papa? And Ellie's like, wait, why are you calling my dad Papa?
Now, this Itsy Bitsy.
Huh?
Itsy Bitsy should be here.
I know, right? She hasn't popped up at all since that Deadpool and Spider-Man series ended. Yeah, Ellie, you're going to have one heck of a family tree to draw up for class one day, But anyway, we go back to Death Grip, and yeah, he breaks the katana down, and now he's fusing that with himself. So yeah, you have quite a force that's going to go after Deadpool, But while that's going down, Deadpool wakes up, and he's back in his office, his beaten down warehouse of an office that he purchased on sale. And like Ellie's there, Taskmaster's there, Princess is there, and that's when Ellie's like asking, okay, for real, Dad, why is this giant red dog calling you Papa? And Deadpool's like, well, because I am. Which means, congratulations, you have a lovely alien half sister, Ellie. Okay, you see, this
dog half sister.
Yeah, that's also Carnage. So yeah, this is the part where I would have inserted like the talk where Deadpool will be telling Ellie, okay, you see, it works like this, right? Your daddy's body was being used as an object by this one lady who strapped your daddy onto a chair where she proceeded to penetrate him by injecting these special fluids right up your daddy's. Yep. Let's not go any further than that. Yeah, it all happened, audience. Remember, Princess came out of Deadpool's stomach. So, yeah.
You gotta have the talk sometime.
Yeah, that would be an interesting story to tell your daughter.
I remember when the Joker had a kid. When the Joker was pregnant.
Oh, right. That's true. And I can imagine like some kid asking Ellie, "Wait, so this dog is your sister? So did
Technically,
your
yes. Technically,
so
yes. If you think about
yeah
it.
yeah so Ellie, did your dad with another dog like?"
No, it was
Yeah.
the symbiote.
Yeah. That's the sort of dialogue I would put, like to make it a little bit extra funny, you know?
Well, he is scared. Want a dog fitting that criteria?
Exactly, you know? Like, hey,
Listen, I'm gonna
he
be
jerked off.
with you right now. If we do
Yeah,
not
what?
see Rogue in any point in this book, when Ellie's powers are fully developed, I'm going to kill you.
What, Rogue?
Yeah, if
Wait,
Rogue is in this book.
Oh, okay. Well, Rogue is kind of like Ellie's godmother, so yeah, she should be brought up at some point.
She better.
Yep. Okay, but anyway, as they are debriefing themselves, that's when a Taskmaster brings it up. Like, you have a healing factor, kid, but that ain't all of it. Kid's a fast learner. I wonder if that means that has something to do with her healing factor, maybe like some sort of hyper receptiveness, which is a byproduct of it. I guess the way I could tie it in is you guys ever study so hard that your brain feels like it's pulling itself, or you're just straining it too much. I guess with Ellie, it will heal itself. I guess you know that's the best explanation I could give. In this situation, at least they're addressing it. I wouldn't like it if they just brought up like, oh, she's just a genius out of nowhere, 13 years old.
I would have hated it. I'm sick of people of color just being given the power of just random super smarts, and like it'd been like 7 people in a row now.
Listen,
it just happened in the boys too.
It's an
I just
evolution of
need them
people
to
of
be more
color.
creative with powers.
It's an evolution of people of color getting lightning powers. Okay.
I hated that too.
Deadpool and Cosmo from the Fairly Odd Parents shaking hands over giving birth to strange and powerful creatures. I must have missed something.
I want to be something more than smart with lightning powers, bro. I want to be a genius daddy junk.
That's the next one. Super intelligent lightning powers.
The lightning
charges up your brain. Charges up your brain and all that stuff. But anyway, going back to the book, so they look more into this death grip cult. They're planning their next strategy. You have some good moments between Ellie and Princess. She's really taken to this other family member of her now. Hey, which she's never had a sister that she's met, and this is the closest thing.
But
So she's excited. Let her have her big red dog. This will be her version of Clifford.
It's a very protective dog.
Yeah, and
this
she has a healing.
Princess can do.
Yep. Okay, yeah, and this all works out great for Deadpool. Like, hey, she has a healing factor, and she has a giant dog that's going to look after her. So win-win. So yeah, as Deadpool is tucking Ellie into her bed, which is just a shitty ass mattress, a blanket, and what looks like some trash, some garbage bags as pillows, in a beaten down closet. Hey, it's the best he could do. All right, he's wishing her a good night, saying, "Yeah, we'll take care of this in the morning," and also don't let the bed bugs bite. Yeah. You could blame your sister Princess for bringing in bed bugs into the facility, Ellie. So it begins, the bickering of two sisters, guys. But as Ellie is waking up, that's when Taskmaster comes in. Oh, I'm about to put you through boot camp, kid. Prepare for the ride. Like, and that's how the issue ends. Okay,
It better.
okay. He has his sword, he has his clipboard, he has his whistle. Oh, Taskmaster's gonna go full on gym teacher on Ellie here, you know? But nah, yeah, this is the issue that's really starting to kick this series into overdrive for me. You know, I mean, the last couple of runs of Deadpool, you know, they were cute, they were adorable. But this, I would recommend to a Deadpool fan who is looking to see an expansion of Deadpool's mythos. Because hey, you look at Ellie, oh, she's not going to have something to contribute. You know, she's going to get skills by the end of this. You know. Deadpool's gonna have a sidekick. You know, it's clear that what's his name? The writer of this? Oh yeah, Cody Ziegler. He does want to build on what's been established with Deadpool from the other writers, like Alyssa Wong and Gerry Duggan. So yeah, and which yes, I'm pretty sure we are gonna get Valentine at some point. You know,
Be better, or else I'm gonna kick your ass.
Like Deadpool even mentions Valentine to Ellie. Let's see if I could tell. Oh yeah. After Deadpool kisses Ellie in the forehead, Ellie's like, "Are you okay, Dad?" Deadpool's like, "You know, I tried to build a family not too long ago with Princess and Valentine, my ex. Dad, do you want to talk about it?
I tried to
Maybe
replace you.
later."
The lady just said,
Okay, I didn't take it that way, but yeah. If you want to look at it that way, go ahead. But Deadpool's like, okay, we'll talk about it later. It's just been a long day, and Daddy needs to go finish regrowing his spleen. So, good night. Cody Ziegler, you have the humor of Deadpool, and I applaud you for that. But yeah, go read it, audience. Good book. All right, let's move on to the next. Which
Thank God, it's our time.
is
Number 3, I will be discussing the red band. Cryptid will be discussing the white band because I am not doing both. You will get the gist of the plot, and like always, I will be sending pictures. Yeah. So let's get this started, shall we? So it starts off in the Impossible City, you know, where Blade and all of the vampy boys are residing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Blade's like, "Have you found it, T'Challa? Have you found my prize?" You know, I'm not speaking in a British accent. Fuck you guys. Audience, if you
"Yeah, they
forgot,
don't even make them speak in
British.
one."
Blade is canonically British. Anyways.
Yep.
So T'Challa, who, if you remember from the last issue, is now a vampire. He's like, yeah, buried beneath the deep earth of Wakanda. You know, like we found it. And then Blade's
that's not going.
and you know what you got to do? Then do it.
That's not going to make anybody mad. Having Blade force T'Challa bow down to him, right?
I know,
Right?
that sucks.
Nah,
Sorry about that. I was just doing something real quick so I can actually send this to you guys. Anyways, so we hear a voice off panel being like, "Congratulations, Blade," and we find out it's Wanda. Looking very beautiful in this panel, by the way. She's like, "It would appear that you've gotten everything you wanted," you know? And she's like, "And yet one of the members of your blood coven is missing. I wonder what it could be." You know, she's like, "You struck fast, but now we know, and now we're coming for you." Talk about the Avengers. So we have to cut to Sanctum Sanctorum. Where Miles, who is now a vampire, he is attacking Brielle, and so Vision has to basically like apprehend him. And I guess Vision forgot about his electric powers. Sorry, I accidentally closed the book. And basically, you know,
look at that. Miles one-shotted Vision, audience.
a slay. Anyway, so Clea summons the Crimson Bands of Sidorak. If you don't know what Sidorak is, look up Juggernaut history. That'll basically explain everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, then Doctor Strange uses the Eye of Agamotto to show the truth, and basically just like calm down Miles from this like blood rage that he's going on. And he's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, Brielle. Are you good?" She's like, "I'm fine, but like, how are you doing?" He's like, "Oh shit, like he told me to hunt, and it was like I couldn't help it, I'm sorry."
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, I did read the White Band book, like just
Mm-hmm.
for reference, and this panel is the same. So they did get all of Doctor Strange's guts back into his body, which thank God, because I wouldn't. And Strange is like, "Oh yeah, Blade did the same thing to me. You're good, bestie. You're fine." And so then Brielle's like, okay. So I wake up. I woke up in Atlanta just trying to go to school like a normal person, and now we got to deal with all of this bullshit. Like, who's this he that we're talking about? And Carol's like, wait, you don't know? Like, and she's like, Dracula, you didn't fucking tell her? He's like, dude, like, come on. Like, so Brielle, so the guy who's the new Lord of the Vampires is your daddy, Blade. So she's shook. And so if Cryptid and the others, if you press the first box of the spoiler picks, you will see that mine is different, but I did like the White Band version of this as well. So yeah, for myself, yeah, that was cool. Yeah. It's funny that they have a Coca-Cola ad next to it.
I know, right?
So I'm bawling. So
it's
basically,
a pink drink.
Yeah, so basically, Dracula explains what Blade did. Basically is everything that we already know. So, yeah, that's not pretty. Yeah. So he's like, and for you as his bloodline is basically his only weakness. So he has to try to get. So he's trying to get you, but you have to strike him down. And she's like, okay, wait, no, not my dad. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I like how everybody was like trying to tell Dracula, like, come on, you didn't tell her. Why didn't you tell her? Well, dude, what? How is it supposed to look if I, Dracula, am telling her that we need to kill your father, Blade?
Also, I know this is a weird little nitpick, but Brielle looks very weird in that middle panel for some.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Which
the one where she's like, "No, my dad, that's crazy." No, when she has her hands up, why? She just looks off for some reason, like something off.
Yeah, I felt that too. I don't know if it's because like the half shaved look or something, the way her face is drawn. Yeah, it did look kind of weird.
Doesn't she wear a wig though? Like, is this her natural hair? She just dyed purple?
I thought that was her natural hair that she just dyed.
No, because in her mini series, she was wearing a wig for some of it.
Oh, okay, then it must be a wig then.
I don't know. Anyways, we are getting off track. Sorry about that. Yeah, that panel, that middle panel.
Yep.
No, you could get better scans online. The only reason why I have to send physical pictures is because I don't have actual scans of this book. Well, issue 2 I do, but not of issue 1 or 3. So Tigra, she's like, okay, so we're supposed to believe you, Dracula? And he's like, I mean, if you please, that would be nice. Like, my vampire nation is precisely that, a nation. Whatever the fuck Blade's doing is different. And it's true, at least Dracula, like, built something, that you could call, like, a group of people living together,
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter's Moon, that's his name, by the way, I know. I don't know his human name because I haven't read the Moon Knight book, but I like his design.
Terrible. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, so Hunter's Moon is like, okay, the world is dying right now, and we're arguing. Like, come on, we have to we gotta go, And D'Estranger, he's like, well said, man. So, we need. Sorry, it's like he says it would appear to me that the crisis involves 3 vectors, and so they're like, right, the Dark Force, stealing of the sun, the vampires rampaging Blade, like, And they were like, wait a minute, where's the kid? And we're not talking about Miles. So we see Brielle running out of the Sanctum Sanctorum. And Miles is like, are you kidding me? Like, you, Dracula, tell her that she has to strike down her dad and you expect her to not run away? See, like, Miles gets, he gets her perspective.
Yeah.
And we love her for that.
How close is Miles and Brielle anyway? Good?
I think this is their first time meeting.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But, like, keep in mind, he's a young superhero. She's also new to this, like, I think they would have, like, a couple shared experiences,
Mm-hmm.
Miles is not new to Miles about to be old now.
Austin, you gotta read this book, I swear. You gotta read both the red and the white band.
Yeah.
So Dracula...
I'll buy it all after the fact.
Well, I would recommend getting the red band as it comes out because this shit sells out quick.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I is because I have my subscription.
I mean, I'll add to that. In my comic book shop, they ran out of the red band trailer, so the red band issue. So
I mean,
yeah, it's selling.
The red band issue on Read All Comics. Like you can pirate the second issue. I don't know about the first issue, but I've only seen the second issue, so you can read the second issue with all the blood and the guts and stuff.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so basically, Dracula and Spider-Man, they go chase after her because of course. And so, Steven is like, Dracula, Spider-Man, wait, where are you going? So Cleo's like, okay, we don't have time to chase after them. Like we gotta get this down. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So Tiger's like, yeah, we the Midnight Mission, like we have, like we got a plan for these vampires, like we've been working on this for a while. We just have to advance the schedule, like come on. Anyway, so Hunter's Moon is like, we'll raise an army. They cannot kill, cannot turn, cannot terrify, like, probably a lot of robots, like, that would make sense. Maybe, like, other vampires or, like, vampires, maybe, because, they are vampires, technically.
Mm-hmm.
So, so Hunter's Moon is like, okay, so we require one more thing for our party, So Carol's like, which means we need Avengers that can handle Blade and his blood coven. Cool beans. So Carol's also like, yeah, but he's button safe in the Impossible City, and he's got Thor, Wanda, and T'Challa, so we have to draw him out, which makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, so Clea sends this portal thing for Hunter's Moon and Tigra to go do their thing, So they got to do their thing. Anyway, So we'll see them later. So Vision's like, wait, are we to wait while our friends and family are held hostage or worse? And Carol's like, no, we're the Avengers. We'll figure this out. We got this. So Tony's like, what are you thinking? And Carol, she's like, what about we do a broadcast? You get me?
Go ahead.
Oh, you ready for this?
Yeah.
For one of the coolest scenes in this entire issue.
Yep, it's a thumbnail.
Wait, we're not at the thumbnail yet. We still got a page and a quarter. Gotcha. So basically, Carol turns to Sam, right? I need to set out the scene. She turns to Sam, and she's like, then set a broadcast. Sam, you're up. And Sam is like, me? But you're the, and before he finishes the sentence, she's like, yeah, but you're the icon. And this is what T'Challa saved for you, because it's true. T'Challa sacrificed himself to get Sam out of there, out of the Impossible City.
The world needs America. Wow, more than ever. And America needs its captain. So Sam agrees. You want me to read it out? What he says? Okay. Which? Oh no, did we lose Which?
Hold on.
Okay, we hear you now.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Good. Sorry, my Wi-Fi and don't like me right now, so I gotta make it quick, okay, before I get cut off. It is better on my phone though. So he's like, okay, And so and Tony sets up the thing, and he's like, okay. And I'm going to read this verbatim. Not like verbatim, but like, you know what I mean. Like, go read this shit for yourself, guys.
Hey, I want to read the Captain America dialogue. Is it okay, Witch?
Do you want to read the full thing? Don't do some bullshit. Like, actually just like
Okay,
read it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. I'm Sam Wilson, Captain America, speaking for the Avengers. Things are bad, I know. Like all of you, we've been fighting vampires since the sun went out. Like all of you, we've been hurt, been bled, have lost, but we've been here before, and we're still here. The world has seen evil time and time again. From aliens, monsters, tyrants, madmen, those who would take our homes, our freedom, our lives, and every time we, the people of planet Earth, told them no. When the Kotati came here, we told them no. When Noel came here, we told him no. When Hydra took over, we told them no. When Galactus came here, no. If you want our home, you'll have to fight for it. If you want our home, you'll have to fight for it. If you want our world, you'll have to take it. If you want our blood, you'll have to pay for every drop. And if you take our lives, we will be avenged. We will avenge the dead. We will protect the living, because those are the things we owe you when we call ourselves Avengers. Things are bad, but as long as we have breath in our lungs, as long as we have hope in our hearts, we will tell the vampires the same thing we told all the others. No, we're still here and we'll win like we won all those times before. Just hold on until the sun shines again, because it will. Captain America out.
Okay. Now let's
put this man on Captain America's book, Marvel. Like,
so we want to go quiet into the night.
That well I don't think it fits that well coming from Sam, because people don't like Sam's cap right now.
Okay, let's go back and let's set the scenes during Sam's speech. So I did send you guys what Sam's whole speech on my end for the most part, because it is a little bit different. So basically, while Sam's doing his speech, it goes to Halifax, wherever that is. I don't know what that is. The Impossible City, where Blade is like, what? Because Blade is in the Impossible City, so he's seeing all this. So we cut to Manhattan, where we see Brielle running. We cut to the Sahara Desert, which I don't know if that's different for you guys, but that's the one I have.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut to Mexico City. We cut to Asgard, where that's where Tigra and Hunter's Moon are right now. We cut to Latveria, where Clea and Doctor Strange are going. We cut to Wakanda, where T'Challa did put himself underground.
Yep.
Is watching the broadcast, by the way. For myself, I know it's different for you guys, because I know it cuts back to Sam, but for me, it cuts to Hong Kong, where we get a whole bunch of people with guns shooting at these zombies. And then we cut to Johannesburg, where we see a whole bunch of people holding weapons, like covered in blood, and all that other stuff, with a whole bunch of zombies on fire around them. And and it cuts off with Sam finishing the broadcast. Any whoosies, let's move on. So Tony finishes out the broadcast, and Carol was like, that was perfect, And sorry. Sam is like, it's what T'Challa and I told the Impossible City not long ago in Avengers number 5. If you read the little box, like I thought if he could hear it, he'd recognize it, because he was watching, he would know. And Tony's like, do you think this is really gonna work? You think like that's gonna have him come after us? And Carol's like, I don't know. I know Blade more than anything. He's cool. But there's a thing up there wearing his skin, whatever it is, which I have been guessing since the first issue, And Blade, he's pissed right now. He is pissed off. He's like, "Argh!" And he basically calls Black Panther, being like, Panther, plans have changed. We need to retarget the mass translocation devices. And your friends have decided that they will simply not lie down and die. Which, come on, it's the Avengers. Are you kidding me? Of course they're not gonna bow down to you, bitch. Come on. Since the beginning, we've done this shit. Anyways, sorry. So basically, he's like, yeah, since your friends didn't want to lie down and die, we're just gonna go after them, and we are going to win this. Trust. Anyways, so we have to cut back to New York City in Central Park, where we're having a whole bunch of vampires doing their thing. And guess what? They summoned this giant portal thingy, and just brings down this giant facility in Central Park. I don't know what it is, but it kind of gives me that one scene, that one thing that Bill Cipher and Gravity Falls summoned during Wordmageddon. I don't know why it gives me that vibes.
Yeah.
But it's this giant, spiky, triangular, more diamond-like structure with a whole bunch of points on it.
They're calling it a temple of the first blasphemy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So he finishes off the book saying, so that will be their tombstone. So I'm assuming this. He just already killed a shit ton of people from this alone. So just saying.
Oh, yeah.
If you're close enough on the bottom, you can see people flying because of how big this thing is.
Yeah.
And that's where the issue ends.
Whew. Yeah, that Cap moment. I don't know how you cannot feel a surge of power coming from that speech.
Because I don't think it fits Sam at all. I think it fits Steve's situation more than Sam.
It steps him up when he's in the role of Captain America.
And plus, Steve's not here in this situation. He's
I know. That's what I'm saying. Half the stuff he said is stuff that he wasn't there for. And it's weird to have him be the one talking to the people because people don't like him. If you read his last run, which he is very disliked by America right now.
He can still make a speech.
They don't got time for this.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he can't make a speech. I said it feels weird coming from him.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm saying him making the speech doesn't really matter. He knows the events just because he lives in the Marvel universe. I'm sure he's heard of them. And then also him making the speech. Even if people hate him, that's Captain America. He makes a speech.
I know, that doesn't change. Man, I'm not saying he can't make the speech.
Regardless, in a dire situation.
I'm saying it'll come more credit for a person who's actually there, who people like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who would you want to have this speech instead of Sam, if it was up to you?
I already said who, but like you said, he's not available. That doesn't change my complaint.
If it makes it feel better, Austin, we are going to get another Cap moment in another topic later today. So another Steve moment. So yeah,
we get to it today.
No, fine. Like
by the same writer,
just fit Steve's situation a little bit better. That's all it was. I'm not hating Sam for making it.
Gotcha. But hey, this just shows me that they need to put Jed McKay on a Captain America book. He does so many great moments where with the hero of Captain America that, come on, Marvel, give us a bone,
You just said that you don't want you can't put too many writers on the same book, man. Jed already got 3 books.
At some point, I mean, come on, Jed's gonna be here for the long run. Marvel seems to value him so much that they're putting so many books on him. I'm sure all those checks add up eventually, So
if we're gonna get to that book, we should probably move on.
Okay.
We're probably not gonna get to that book. We have 4 more books.
We're definitely
not. Any final thoughts, Switch?
Great book. Can't wait for the next issue. We'll see who Tigra and Hunter's Moon get.
Gotcha. But alrighty then. With that, let's move on. And you know what? Just to save time, we're talking about the Avengers.
Oh, I read this book. You actually
Yeah, we read that. You don't get to take our book there.
Okay.
You just skipped me. You could have been like, "Hey, Witch, do your topic, and then we'll talk about Avengers." No, you just skipped 2 books.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna get to
be
it.
Fair, we just wrap up Fantastic Four really fast. It's not a big
deal. All right. Let's talk about the Fantastic Four, Jake. So what happened?
A day trip to the Museum of Arts turns into a battle against the creatures of the night with Reed and Alicia. And Fantastic Four issue 21.
Yeah, this is a Bloodhunt tie-in because guess what? Who knows
No.
better?
He called her Alicia.
Alicia, I was mumbling my words.
Gotcha. Okay.
But,
Yeah, Reed better damn well be part of this event because hey, who knows about blocking out the sun more than Reed? You know, Jake.
I have my problems with this book. Now I enjoy this book.
I know which one it is, Jake.
I don't like Reed's speaking patterns. I thought I was crazy. I was reading the book. Reed talks so like I am the smart guy in this book.
To be.
I thought it was crazy. I was like, no way. There's no way I got through this long in the book and just not notice. So I went back. Actually, while we were doing this podcast, I went back and skimmed and found multiple issues throughout the run, from issue 2 to issue 17, and just watching his speech patterns. And he sometimes talks like this, but not like this extreme. Like there's moments where I'm like, okay, Reed,
Reed invented that.
Yeah, I know
he's the original smart guy,
but he didn't talk like this.
Jake, if it makes you feel better, in previous issues of this run, like I had the same thing where like Reed is speaking in like science mumbo jumbo that I have to reread his speech pattern, his speech bubbles a couple times to explain to you guys. So
I can't go into
that is like, kind of what you need for a guy this smart, you know? Like I'm not supposed to understand.
When he's explaining science stuff, sure. There's just like things where he's just casually talking to Alicia, and he's just talking like God, I get it, you're smart, but you know how to talk to people. But like I said, that was my only real complaint. Because I could have sworn he didn't talk like this before, and I don't think he did, except for when it was a big explanation.
Do you mean the scene where he's like trying to comfort her? And he's like, it's just a % chance there are and % or not.
That's one of the things, but I thought that was more I thought that was fine.
He does it all the time. Yeah, that was very character dancing.
Yeah.
Like Jake, I'm pretty sure you had issues with the fact that he's not believing in vampires.
No, he never believed in vampires. He didn't
believe in
issue he does. Vampires, like he's seen vampires.
This issue he's like saying like
he doesn't believe that it's some magic stuff that makes vampires. He believes like in the science's way of like Morbius.
No, he's literally saying that like when Alicia brought up vampires, Reed is like saying, Alicia, those are folklore characters or books. Let me try bringing up that exact dialogue.
No, I'm agreeing with you. The problem is we just see him address this before. He doesn't believe in the ideal term of vampires. He don't believe some magical folklore, undying thing. But he knows what vampires are.
Yeah, he says something to Alicia along the lines of like, I just don't believe in the ones from the fairy tales. He doesn't say like, I don't believe they exist. It's more like, I just don't believe that the ones that are like from the myth exist.
Yeah. He's even like Alicia's even bringing up like the vampires, and Reed's like saying, well, they have vampire like similarities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's because he
doesn't believe in the legend of vampires. He thinks they're more like Morbius.
Right. But I did have a nitpick, and this is just I think I've always had a problem with Reed when I found out that Doom actually does magic. Because when I learned about Doom, it was through the old movies. But when I actually learned Doom was an actual magic user, it bothered me that Reed's the smartest, but he doesn't at least try to reverse engineer magic. Like I don't want him to be Sorcerer Supreme, but like damn, dabble shit like. But yeah,
Reed did try. He doesn't have any talent in magic.
Oh, okay. But I did like this issue a lot, and I think the first page, I was like, it reminded me like when they make another Fantastic Four TV show, it should just be this run. Like it could literally just be all these issues, because I like that the duo of this issue was just Reed and Alicia, who I don't think of together. I don't think it's just like
it's not a pairing you would see often.
Right, it's not a pairing you would see often, but they work. And I like how supportive they are of each other. How Reed feels insecure about how he sees art, but Alicia's like, hey Reed, like you don't have to see art like everyone else. It's okay.
Yeah. He's envious of Alicia because they go to a museum, right? They have like this 3D printing of the Mona Lisa that Alicia's feeling, and like just the artwork alone is enough to make her tear up, but like Reed is like, I can't feel that sort of emotion with anything art wise, you know?
And you know what? In that moment, I related to Reed, and I almost vomited saying that, but I almost.
Oh, he's more.
shit.
This is how I feel when people cry about
To be
movies.
fair, yeah, I kind of agree with Jake too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This is what I feel when people cry about movies. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're crying about. It's not like actually. I can't put that together in my brain.
With Belle, dude.
Yeah. I even saw a friend of mine cry about Inside Out 2. Like they showed me the video. And I was like, okay, sure.
Hey,
okay.
I still cry to this day every time I watch that one episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog with his parents, you know?
I can't. When I first started hearing people, I kept hearing people say I cry at movies, and I cry when I saw this. Oh, this made me tear up. And I used to think that was a joke, and then I realized no, people are serious when they say that. I was like, but so when Reed says I can't, I don't understand the emotional aspect of art. I kind of related to that.
Oh, yeah. Which? Say something.
Do you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
we can hear you. Yeah.
Just double checking because I think I
Yeah, you cut out for a little bit, and now you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope it doesn't do this during my pick.
Gotcha. What were you trying to say? Which?
No. I was just saying that, saying that, Jake's friend cried during Inside Out 2. Me, every time I watch Belle, I cry every time.
Aww.
I don't cry at stuff often.
Yeah. But yeah, I love their pairing. I love that it showed that they can be a family in any dynamic. She's not just Ben's wife. She is family member. And I thought that was great writing for her. So, you know, and
she was also Johnny's ex, okay?
Well, yes, she is in the family. Okay?
Hey, I don't think we want to touch on that. But no, honestly, this whole run's been really doing real good service with Alicia. You know, like she's been a star.
Yeah, I liked her and Reed working together, and while sometimes it's gross, I do like the use of Reed's powers in this issue, especially.
Yeah, he almost damn near absorbed her to his body at one point. It's really nasty.
Yeah, and I was like, that was kind of cool because he was making a body around her. It was like a cool way of drawing it.
Yeah, because apparently the vampires cannot bite through Reed's rubbery body.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Yeah, he can't be stabbed.
For their little group from the last issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but yeah, and I liked them coming up with plans together, because normally I would think if Alicia and Reed were in the situation, I would think, oh, Alicia's just kind of dead weight. But no, she actually helps Reed come up with plans. So he gets out of situations. And even in the midst of this, when Reed is even starting to have some doubts, Alicia is starting to I'm struggling with this name, bro. I'm trying to make it.
Alicia, bro.
Alicia's reminds Reed that, like, hey, you are a creative person. You can think of solutions outside of a straight line. So all that was fun. And you know, maybe at this point we don't know. They'll probably be fine, but Reed's family could be dead while this is happening. So that was some tension as well. So you know.
Before you move on, Jake, there are two things I did want to point out. We finally see the limit of Reed stretching for the first time.
Yeah. Okay.
So he straight up just says, "Oh, I can't really stretch past this. It starts to hurt."
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was ever talked about. That's why I didn't bring it up, because I thought there's something addressed before. But yeah,
we could address more, but never actually, like, we now have an actual limit. Like, these are real places in real life that he's stretching from into. We actually tell how far he can go for the first time ever.
Well, it's also a little bit further, right? Because the building also takes up storage space for his stretching, basically. So he was attached to a building, and then he also had to go all the way to Madison Square Garden. So you have to. So that doesn't really show you the full extent. But that's the general ballpark range, you could guess.
Yeah. So. And we know they're using this book to keep the Fantastic Four out the event. But I just think it's funny, like, they pretty much solved the vampire problem almost immediately with these lights. I thought that was hilarious. I'm not gonna
lie. I kind of wanted them.
If only Avengers came here first, they probably would have won. That's all I'm saying.
Hey.
I kind of
like they should have gone to Reed.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that they're tied into this story. But I wanted it to be something else. But it's fine. Based off what they had to do for the editorial mandate, this was a good issue.
Yeah, this is very clear what not the plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tie-in book, so you gotta expect what you gotta expect.
It's an enjoyable tie-in book too. You don't need to read this to know what's happening in Blood Hunt, but still, you can enjoy it as a novelty. You know.
I guess. Yeah.
I just want them to cut just back a little bit on Reed's dialogue. It is a bit much.
Yeah, give it to Alicia.
Jake.
Yeah, I want her.
Hear that?
I like when Alicia gets the first time he has to get used to not talking like that. Right. He doesn't talk. He only talks to the President 4 really, and they're used to it. So everyone try to adjust his dialogue where it's kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But the issue ends with like, you want to read what happened at the end of the issue, Jake?
So what happens at the end is they set up a base in Madison Square Garden with all the survivors. And Reed can finally go to sleep, but except he can't.
Yeah, he configures all the lights to, keep the vampires all the way.
Yeah, and I love the vampire's logic here. They're just standing outside, and they're like, we want to bite them, but like we'll die. And then one's like, but it won't kill all of us. So they the last one does it, and he cuts off all the lights in the building.
They're all burning to ash, but not before they cut off the power lines. Damn.
Not the power line.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four gets at home with Stu making a shield that they can't get through.
Yeah, and Reed says, well, there is a possibility that this solves itself if Johnny just accidentally burns off the thing. Like,
right? Couldn't Johnny just be a makeshift sun?
I guess he could be. You should get all like the fire-based heroes like Johnny, Pyro, Sunfire, etc.
Yeah.
Firestar, I guess.
I was thinking about that, but I think it was like, how long can he do that? I think that's the backup plan. Like if that fails, like if Suze fails, he's the backup plan. But that's like not. Yeah. So.
But yeah. Next issue is a cover. We have a cover of Reed getting eaten in the face by vampires. Which, hey, how does that make you feel from an artistic standpoint, Jake?
Listen, I find it beautiful. I might try to.
That's your Mona Lisa, is what you're telling me, Jake?
I just said
you see that in an art gallery in there.
Yeah, but which you
go and then we'll end it with Avengers and just say Spider-Boy for next week.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Let's hope my I don't cut out. So I'm gonna try to be quick as possible. So
I believe you.
Believe in my freaking service on Wi-Fi right now. Because I have this book opened on both my iPad and the physical copy. So I'm talking about Ultimate X-Men Volume 2, Issue 4, done by Peach Momoko. And I just wanted to bring up the cover real quick. I just love how you could see all like the colored pencil lines and all like the gel pens and stuff like that. I just love Peach Momoko's art style, But anyways, we got to get on to it. So it starts off on a rainy day and you hear the school bell ring, and so you see some students taking like a test or whatever, and so we cut over to May and Hisako, and they're like, yes, our last exam, and then Hisako's like, did you study? Like, how'd it go? And she's like, and May's like, nope, and they go to the window because it's been raining a lot, and so Hisako notices that Nico is doing another fortune reading, and keep in mind, they're not besties yet, so they're not calling her Nico. She's only calling her Minoru, which is her last name, by the way, if anyone didn't know. And so basically, Nico is doing her reading, and May is like, do you think she really sees things, like even our powers? And Hisako's like, I don't know. She acts like she has powers. Maybe she's faking it. Maybe she does. Who knows? Anyways, so May's like, yo, Hisako, you got your license now? Like, did you write to school? And she's like, yeah, but I have to get used to driving in the rain. Keep in mind, she drives like an actual like motorbike, by the way. Not like a regular old bike, but like a dead-ass motorbike. I wish they were like 14, but I'm not going to get into the logistics of this universe's driving laws. That's a little too much for me. But just seeing Hisako putting on her helmet is super cute, though. But anyways, getting off topic. So she puts on her suit, like her driving suit on or whatever. She puts on her helmet. She starts riding her bike out of the student parking lot, like where everyone parks their bikes and such. And she passes by this one guy in this like green like jacket or whatever, you know. And she's like, okay, this guy's weird. And she starts driving off, and the guy in question like just like looks at her, and he looks tired AF, like emo AF, but doesn't matter, it's fine. So Hisako brings him dinner because, you know, her mom is constantly working and all that other stuff, you know. And her mom is like, oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you, remember that kid Amano from your middle school? Well, I saw his mom the other day, and then she cuts that story off real quick, and she's like, hey, are you okay? Like, I saw the scratch on your bike. Did you fall? But anyways, she's like, oh yeah, Amano's mom said that he's been like very depressed, you know, since like 3 of his friends killed themselves, you know. And Hisako's like, ah, shit. So she goes up to her room. She grabs the middle school graduation album because that's a thing. She cuts over and finds this Amano kid, you know. So we cut back to the scene from earlier where Hisako's about to leave, you know, and she notices an arm grab onto her, right? I think like her arm, you know, and it's Amano, right? And he's like you're Hisako Ichiki, right? Like you were friends with Tsubasa, and he's like, everything has gone to hell since he died, you know, like all of my friends, they killed themselves, but they would never have done that. Like there's no way. Like, you know something. I know you know something. And he's like, tell me. And she's like, she's freaked out, you know, like rightfully so. She's freaked out. Like I would be too if I was her. And so she drives off, and she falls over, and she notices this shadowy figure like looming over her. And we see the head of one of the kids like by her by the wheel of her bike, and she's obviously freaked out. She finds out it's the head of Tsubasa. And guess what? The Shadow King's at it again, besties. And I'm just saying,
God, leave, bro. It's a new universe. Leave us alone.
I know, but I just love how the Shadow King is drawn in this, because you can also see like see the razor blade, like the not razor blades, but you know how when you have like those retractable like blades, you know, like for like the cutter blades. Yeah, I have one right there for sound reference, guys. So she gets up, she her mutant ability unlocks, and so she's obviously going to protect herself from this guy who's literally like throwing box cutter blades at her. And he's like, such confidence, Hisako, so different from the last time we met. Like you're learning to control your powers. Do you think that will save you? And starts like throwing all the box cutter blades, you know, obviously being protected. No. And so and Amano's basically fling off of her, and basically just like uses her bike to like make this guy fly in the air. She falls off like down from her bike, you know. She's like, and she looks up and she's like stressing, and and Amano takes off his hood, and he's like, Hisako, do you know how Tsubasa killed himself? And he holds one of the box cutter blades to his neck, and he's like this. And before he's able to actually do anything, like Hisako's armor basically just like comes around and protects her from the threat of Shadow King, you know. And this is a really cool shot, you know. Keep in mind, Peach Momoko said that she does want to do more body horror related stuff in this book, which I do love that, because Marvel is actually letting her do that for the most part. Like, it's not really in this scene, but the elements are there, you know. And guess what? She looks over and she sees a whole bunch of people like taking pictures and filming her. And they're like, oh my gosh, did she crash? Like, ew, what's that pink goop over her? And so we see Mei being like, yo, Hisako, like, are you good? And we see Nico like next to Mei, and she's like, I knew she was a mutant. Like, I fucking knew it. Also, I love her umbrella with like the little figurines on the ends of it. So like, So we cut back to Hisako, and she like her armor is like turning off, I guess you could say. That wouldn't be like the term I would use, but it's something. And so we get a Venom ad. I don't care. So basically, May runs up to Hisako, and she's like, out of my way, like, are you okay? Are you hurt? And so she activates her powers with lightning, and she's like, I said stop filming, and basically just fries everyone's phones. So lovely, right? So that's fun. And so we cut over to like this like staircase with like the top of a staircase, and we see someone like summon a little like lightning burst thingy. So she puts it in her mouth, she chews on it like candy, and this person says things just got a whole lot more fun around here. And guess what? This girl has blue hair. I don't know about the pronouns, but definitely blue hair. So it's Serge.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know about the pronouns. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so we cut to a few days later, and it's all nice and sunny. And so they're all getting their tests passed back. So Hisako gets a 46, while May, you want to guess what grade she got? You want to guess?
What?
You got to guess.
B?
No, she got a 0.
Oh, wow.
The Japanese grading system is different, how ours is, by the way. Just letting you know.
Got it.
Just letting you know. Also, you can see the colored pencil marks just like used for the grading, and I fucking love that. Sorry, I just love the use of like watercolor, ink, color pencil. You know, I just love it. Sorry, I love Peach Momoko's art so much. Sorry. Yep. So May's like, makeup classes again. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, I wish I could just tell people we have powers, you know? So Hisako gets a whole bunch of notifications on her phone. She opens her phone. She notices that someone was able to release the photo of Hisako's armor. And so May's like, how could that be? Like, how's this going viral? And so May's like, wait, that's impossible. I fried everyone's phones. And Hisako's like, not everyone. Like, this is really bad. And so that's where the main story ends. And we do get a lexicon, about Hisako's bike, which came from her late father. So her father is dead in this book. So yeah. You can also see like what kind of model it is and all that other stuff, noticing the scratch on it, you know. And so we see Hisako's like little riding jacket and helmet. It's super adorable and she wears it, I'm just saying. And yeah, that's where the whole issue ends. We'll have to wait for next month to see the next book. See the next issue. Issue 5.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just wanted to gush about Peach Momoko's art again because I just fucking love it so much.
Hey, before this book, like that's what she was known for, her art, you know? So.
Yeah, she's known for her art, and she got to write Demon Days, and then she got to take a break from Demon Days to write Ultimate X-Men. And I watched the whole video about this Ultimate X-Men run, just like when the first issue came out. And basically, they let her do whatever she wanted. Like, Jonathan Hickman, come on to this project that we're doing, and you can just basically do whatever you want. And she was like, fuck yeah, I can bring my culture into this and all that jazz. And I just love it so much.
She's like, Jonathan Hickman's like, okay, here's the X-Men title. And then Peach Momoko's like, okay, I'll do it the way I want it. Yeah.
I mean, basically, yeah. I'm excited to see, I forgot their names, but the Molly counterpart, the Cyclone counterpart in this book. We might get Rogue in this book as of the cover of issue 4.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Maybe Nico's a mutant in this universe. Who knows? But based so far, this is our X-Men team.
I was going to ask you, did they use the word mutant specifically in this series so far?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
I've used the word mutant to describe someone with supernatural abilities in this book.
This was their time to use a more positive turn to turn the fate of mutants everywhere. They still use mutants.
You know?
Hey, awesome. I got the phrase was mutant and proud.
Okay, well they're
they gotta be built up to. Okay.
Different. What they're we have a freaking anime girl with an eye patch whose name I just remembered her name. Her name's Natsu, which means summer, roughly, give or take. So she's a Summers more or less.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot what the Molly counterpart's name was, but I'll remember it later. It's not super important. We haven't seen her in a while.
Gotcha.
Anyways, yeah, go read this book because I said so.
There you go. And I think we're going to end it for tonight here. I'll save the other 2 books for next week. So, yeah, audience. We did it.
For effort, because we almost
did
it.
Yeah, I will see you guys next week.
To be fair, Blade Avatar was a way bigger deal than I thought it was going to be. When I brought
yeah.
Oh, we don't rock the boat. We don't add stuff.
I won't next time. I forgot I wanted to add it before.
Yeah.
But we do it anyway because, that's just what we do. That's how we roll.
Gotcha.
But if you want to see us roll in other episodes, there are many on the channel you can watch. Watch our reviews of movies, timeless. I'm sure our opinions have not changed in the slightest on our old movie reviews. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know.
Please go watch the Glorious Masquerade video that me and my friend did. Months ago. Please go watch that because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you little kids. Watch it.
And remember, audience, America will stop the blood hunt.
That is not our message.
No, don't worry, y'all. Don't worry, y'all. In the Ultimate Universe, America doesn't exist.
I need to wear a Jake is right shirt then. About Reed Richards.
He destroyed the American spirit.
Audience, Peach Momoko's book is really good, and I'm excited for more blood, guts, and body horror. Let's go!
Gotcha. All right, guys. We'll see you all next time. Bye.